Hey, Sarah.
Wanna play a game?
Happy Hunger Games. Was that Jigsaw or?
Yeah, that was my Jigsaw impression. Did you like it? I
Well,
figured. I
well, I
figured
had
he
to
plays
ask if it
games.
was Jigsaw. So what does that tell you?
Yes.
You wanna play a game?
This is episode 289 of Podcast from Planet Weird. How are you? Not you, but
I was
the
gonna say
audience.
you're not talking to me.
Not you.
Yeah.
This is a show where we talk about movies from our childhood, whether that be Disney Channel original movies or, Hilary Duff romps that came out in the 2000s, or maybe it's a movie that came out in the 2010s and kind of changed the course of history as we knew it.
The game, honestly. Some may say the game.
Kind of changed the game.
The game itself.
We're talking about the Hunger Games today, and we brought our friend Michelle on because they love this series, and we've had them on before for previous episodes, so you know them, you love them, and we're just here to talk about the Hungry Games,
Some little
hungry
hungry
hippos.
gays. And
The
we are
hungry
hungry
gays.
gays. Did you eat dinner?
Yeah, and no, I have not.
I was gonna say.
No, I have
When did
not,
you
because
have the
we've
time?
been recording for a long time.
60.
We've been recording for like 2 hours, over 2 hours, but it's because we do this for you and we do this for the Hunger Games. We do this so Jennifer Lawrence will be listening at her home in Kentucky
With her baby.
with her baby. I think she's pregnant and not has the, I don't know what, she's
Who
going to put the
knows?
headphones on her baby on the belly
And we're gonna lull the baby to sleep. Rock-a-bye, baby.
of you thirsting over Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. And the other one. What's his name?
I don't know.
The other one. The guy. Blonde hair.
PETA?
Zombie land.
Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
Zombie
land.
Yes. Okay. Well, please enjoy this
Have a good
episode
time.
about the Hunger Games.
And you know what?
And
Get yourself some bread. Eat some bread while you listen to this podcast. Don't
Let's-
not eat.
let's get this bread. We will see you at the outro. Oh my goodness, here we are. We are on this Google Meet call. It's me, it's Juan, and it's who's that Pokemon? It's Michelle.
Has any? Why didn't anyone notice that I look like Sonic the Hedgehog from the side?
I noticed that your hair is a little like messy, but
I noticed that Juan, your camera has like an amazing quality.
he's using the
I got a new
Nikon.
laptop.
No, he
Like,
didn't. He's
you're
using
in-
his
4K right now.
It's a Canon. It's a Canon.
Oh, I have a Nikon. That's right. You have the Canon. I have a Nikon. Yeah, he's using a DSLR, and I'm using a laptop, and you're using your iPhone. So that's why there's a difference here. Well, anyways,
That's
We're
why
here to-
I'm in widescreen.
we're here to talk about the Hungry Games, and I said, who do I know that loves these frickin' movies so much? I said, Michelle, we should get them on to talk about this movie, because anytime I've ever heard anyone talk about this movie,
It's Michelle.
it's Michelle.
I fucking love the Hunger Games. Oh my god. I could talk about this. I could make a whole a podcast just about the Hunger Games, to be
Oh my
honest.
god.
Wow.
But you're never
Coming
gonna do it because you
soon.
tried to do that before and it failed.
That was about Criminal Minds.
That was Criminal Minds.
And
That
that's
was
'cause of
literally-
Adrian.
That was literally Adrian's fault for not editing the last episode that we recorded.
Yeah, years ago.
It's still in there.
Isn't the last
still-
one you guys did the one after I was on? Because I was on one and it did go up. It did go up.
Wow, I literally remember nothing. Nothing
Okay.
from that era.
Well, anyways, okay, let's go ahead and dive into the Hunger Games if we're all ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
The Hunger Games is a 2012 American dystopian action film directed by Gary Ross and based on Suzanne Collins's 2008 novel of the same name. Let's stop there. After the first sentence. Who read the books? 2008,
Me.
the first one's published. Oh my god, Juan read one.
Okay, this is the shocker, right? I went through a very strong reading phase in high school. Like I read
I
like
love
three
that
to
for you.
I think I read like 5 books.
Oh, your AIM scores were good that year.
Whoa.
It was astronomical.
Your SAT scores that year.
Advanced placement, baby. I read The Hunger Games. I read Catching Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I maybe
Okay,
actually
so
just read
we've
3
taken a turn into a different series.
I'm like, wait, I actually think I only read 3 books at that point then.
Okay.
And I've
So
read
you-
history books for college. I read
Okay,
2
so
of
you
my
read the
history books.
first 2 books of
And I
the
tried to
3.
read the third one. But it
And-
got a little too
Mm.
much for me.
Mm-hmm. Michelle, what about you?
Wow. I read. When did the Hunger Games come out? 2012?
The movie came out in 2012. The first book came out in 2008.
Okay, I read all of the books after the movie had already come out. I remember reading them with my younger sibling, Adrian.
Shout
They
out.
were like 11, so we would read them before bed.
What a
We
terrible
read all
bedtime
of them.
story.
I know.
Wow. Okay. Similar to Juan, I read.
And I
Okay.
read
Oh
the
my God.
new one that just
The
came out, the prequel.
Isn't that
good.
the one that everyone was like, this is a little problematic?
There's the Ballad
Yeah.
of Songbirds and Snakes,
Yeah.
which they are currently they made a TV show, I think, right?
What?
About it, and it's coming out this time next year, November 2023.
What?
Oh
Yes.
I was just wondering that today. I was like, are they gonna make another movie? It's a
Yes.
series?
No one answered my question. Isn't this the tango of birds and snakes, whatever the fuck? Isn't it problematic because people were like, why are we sympathizing with President Snow now? Isn't he the villain? The
I
villain?
guess because it's about
Yes,
him, his
But
earlier years.
he's still basically the villain in the book too. Like he's not a good person.
Ooh.
There's
Well, Juan,
nothing
we'll just have to see. But it actually is going to star Rachel Zegler from West Side Story.
I don't know who that is. Go off.
The Hispanic girl, the new Hispanic girl, the
Yes.
actual Hispanic girl.
Puerto Rico. She doesn't sing that one. Hunter Schafer from Euphoria is in it.
I don't know who that is. Go on.
Jason Schwartzman, Peter Dinklage,
Don't know
Viola
who they are.
Davis.
Don't know
Okay,
her.
I know who Peter Dinklage is, and that's it.
You know who these people are.
Who's the
I know
second?
Viola Davis's walk.
Oh, Viola Davis. I know her.
Yes, Viola Davis, Oscar winner. Jason Schwartzman. You know Jason Schwartzman, my guy.
Is that Hannah Montana's brother from the Hannah Montana show?
That's Jason Earls. Jason Schwartzman. Okay, so like Scott Pilgrim, he's Gideon.
I've never
that
seen
movie.
that movie.
If you Marie Antoinette, he's in that movie. He's
Jason
in.
Schwartzman,
never
he's the brother of Rooney.
Yes, he is the brother of Robert
Who's
Schwartzman
Rooney?
from Rooney. Rooney the band?
From The Princess Diaries, the one on the piano.
He's the guy from the Princess Diaries as well.
I never been to
Okay.
Uber Jobber.
Well, okay. I never saw Princess Jobber. They're gonna be in that, so that's coming out.
Is Jason
Oh,
Schwartzman gonna be Princess Snow? Princess Snow?
This says Jason Schwartzman is Lucky Flickerman. He's
Who
an
the-
ancestor to Caesar Flickerman.
Who the fuck is Caesar?
Oh.
The
Stanley Tucci.
Well, who's playing President Snow?
Um,
Viola Davis.
Viola
It's-
Davis.
Yeah, I wish. Tom Blythe, who is an English actor.
The Blythe? The monster from Dead by Daylight, the Blythe?
I don't know, but in 2010's Robin Hood, he played feral child.
You know, sometimes you just gotta play the role of feral child.
I don't know, but those are the people that in it. Okay, so but similar to Juan, I read the first book and Catching Fire, the second, and then I just never got around to reading Mockingjay. Similar to Twilight, I read the first two and kind of stopped. We're seeing a pattern here.
Did I read
I'm
the first
sure
Twilight?
I'm sure if I don't think you read any of them. Because in the last episode about New Moon, you said, I keep forgetting Twilight's a book. So I don't think you read it.
I think I wanted to read it.
I'm sure if I started the Divergent series, I would read the first two and then get tired because that seems to be what I do.
I think I finished that series. I have no idea what happens in it.
Oh, but while we're talking about this, can we lay it down that I think that the Hunger Games is the last good like dystopian movie franchise that got made. Like it's the last, and I don't mean like dystopian. I mean like like
the young adult,
like YA book series, because it started with, bleep this out, Gary Goddard.
Mm-hmm.
It started with Gary Goddard.
It did start with that.
And then Twilight really took the reins and said, yeah. And then the Hunger Games says, this is literally the swan song. This is the swan song for all YA book series.
And then they tried something. They tried
something.
Divergent.
Divergent flopped. Maze Runner flopped.
They tried Maze Runner.
Immortal Instruments. I don't even know if she made it off the ground.
Oh, poor girl. The Mortal Instruments City of
Remember?
Remember her?
Ember? Was that?
Yes. Wasn't the poster like
what?
Wasn't the book cover or poster like a light bulb on fire?
Probably.
A lightning bolt on fire?
A light bulb.
Oh,
how could we forget Percy Jackson?
Flop.
Talk about a flop.
In between all of this, Narnia tried it. Narnia really tried it, but
and
then
they
after
were
Prince
good.
Caspian,
nobody cared. Nobody cared. Everyone watched the first movie, and then the rest of the movies came out, and we're like, "What the fuck?"
They got Regina Spektor to sing the last song in Prince Caspian, and that's it.
They were waiting. We'll talk about this when we do our Prince Caspian episode, but they waited a long time between, I believe, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe and Prince Caspian, and then Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And by the time you get to Voyage, the older kids they're not even allowed to be in Narnia anymore. So it's like, okay, I have fucking Edmund.
Ew!
And then Lucy who slays, but like,
and then that little fucker from her I was gonna say not her
from Midsummer.
That one.
Yes.
I was gonna say Harmonica.
City of Ember did become a movie.
Wow.
But good news is Percy Jackson, they're making that Disney Plus series of it. And like Rick Riordan, the author, is like really working with them on it.
Yeah.
So hopefully it won't be as ill-fated as the movies.
Didn't they make an Artemis Fowl movie?
They
did make an Artemis Fowl movie.
It did really, really bad.
I never heard a damn thing about that, but I used to love those books too.
It aired on Disney Plus, and it did really, really bad. Like,
because
no one liked it.
We are taking too long because the book was the first cycle of. This says it was first published in 2001. And then the movie came out in 2016. We cannot wait this long, guys.
Nobody cares about Artemis Fowl at that point.
It's like making it an Among the Hidden book now.
Okay, but
could be a slay. You're right.
No. Let's not make it a movie. I want an HBO series. That would be way better, because I think, and I'm pitching this now. If you can hear me at HBO Max,
they do listen.
If you listen to me,
the Warner Brothers do listen.
All three of the Warner Brothers. I know you, Michael, Dykel, and Dot, whatever your names are.
The Warner sister.
The one sister, Dot. Y'all live in the water tower. I know that for sure. I saw the cartoon. If y'all are listening, I want an Among the Hidden HBO series. Gritty, nasty, disgusting. I want children to die in front of
What
the
was
White
it
House.
about?
It was about again, YA dystopian novel about families can only it's basically what China does, I think, where they can only have 2 kids and then the third one gets sold into or killed. I don't know. They just can't have a third one.
Oh.
Okay.
So you
and-
wanted it on
but the story,
HBO.
I want it on HBO because I know HBO can do it. I know HBO can do it nasty.
So we can see titties, so we can see ass, so we can see
I saw
cock and
Oz.
balls.
I saw Oz and I saw full dick and balls and an asshole. I saw one asshole
When
on
you
Oz.
shouldn't have.
When
and
I
that-
was yeah.
And that's what made you gay.
I think so.
Oh
Seeing
no!
Oz at a
What?
young
I'm so
age.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Because now I love Law and Order SVU and the daddy that's on
Because
it.
of Christopher Maloney.
Yes.
Wait, I was gonna say something about Aragon. Remember when they
Rob-
tried Aragon?
No.
Why?
They did one movie of Aragon, never
The
saw
water
it.
horse.
Was that a book?
I think I don't know.
Okay, well, point is, they really tried, but it seems like Harry Otter, Twilight, and Hunger Games were the most successful and the only ones that were really doing it.
Yeah.
Anyways, also, I think so. Like for the movie, I'm pretty sure Michelle and I saw this in theaters together.
Hunger Games.
Can you
Not
confirm or deny?
Not the first one. The first
Yeah.
one. The first one.
Check
The
your
first one I
shoebox for movie
remember-
stubs.
I probably saw it twice.
Yeah, you
but-
probably did.
I went and saw it with Adrian, and I remember that night, my windshield got broken by a rock.
Like someone threw a rock at your windshield, or like you were driving and one flew at you.
It was raining, and I was driving home, and I got on the freeway, and a rock flew up and smashed my
I hate
Was
that.
it raining rocks?
window. No, it was
Remember
raining
that
water.
night? In Mesa, Arizona in 2012 when it rained rocks. Remember that?
I do.
No, I hate that because when you're
People died.
driving and then a rock hits your fucking thing, it's like now I have to pay for this to get fixed eventually. And it's like it's not my fault that this was the earth.
It just
So, like,
blew up.
why
It
do I
just
have to pay for
blew
this?
up.
That should
You
be
would-
free. Like replacing windshields should be free.
You would think that
Nothing
because
free.
glass is made out of rocks, like sand. I think glass is actually rocks. That it would be free if a rock hits it, right? Because then it's like
They're kissing.
You
And
would,
they're
you
kissing.
would think that the window would just absorb the rock, and
Right,
then
like-
the windshield would become stronger.
it's ridiculous. Okay.
It would get a little bit more tinted.
But anyways, I'm pretty sure we did see it together because I remember we saw the Avengers together for your birthday. Because it came out around your birthday, I believe. And then
The Avengers.
yeah, the first Avengers movie.
The first
Back
Avengers.
when we had no idea that it was gonna take over the film industry. And then I believe we saw this because I remember afterwards you said that was a very harrowing story. And
I
I said,
remember when
"Did you
I
say
ate-
heroin?" And you said no, harrowing. Because I don't think I had ever heard the word harrowing before.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good. I remember we walking out of the theater and being like, "That was the best movie I've ever fucking seen in my whole life."
Wow.
You said, "I'm gonna take up archery."
I think
Literally.
I would like to know. I would like to see a statistical chart of people that straight up took up archery the second this movie came out.
Oh, the Olympics. That category would never be the
I
same.
want to know if broadcasting quadrupled after this, because I know that I definitely was one of those kids that's like, I want to archer.
I actually think it became an Olympic sport, not like the last Olympics. But anyways, I'm sure that people did get super into archery because of this. But anyways, all of that is to say that I feel like I saw the movie and then read the 2 books.
Mhm.
I feel like, but I don't know if I saw Catching Fire before or if I read it before the movie. What? Anyways, let's move on back to the Wikipedia. So this is the first installment in the Hunger Games film series. It was produced by Nita Jacobson and John Kulick, with a
Ham.
screenplay by Gary Ross, Suzanne Collins, and Billy Ray. Not
Cyrus.
Cyrus, just a guy named Billy Ray.
Damn.
So Suzanne Collins was a part of I think she did like the first draft of it, or she had like a lot of input for writing it. So that is a reason why
Mm.
a lot of people feel like it is well adapted because she fucking wrote it. The film stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Banks, Lenny Kravitz, Stanley Tucci, and Donald Sutherland.
Iconic cast. Iconic cast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll tell you some people that almost got these roles.
Ooh,
And it'll
Jim
be
Belushi?
interesting. Jim Belushi. Why him?
he tried for Katniss. I know that.
Why
No,
is he on your
sweetie.
brain?
I don't know. That's the first thing that came up.
Okay.
Word association time. Let's play.
The film is set in a dystopian post-apocalyptic future in the nation of Panem, where a boy and a girl from each of the nation's 12 districts are chosen annually as tributes and forced to compete in the Hunger Games, an elaborate televised fight to the death. Katniss volunteers to take her younger sister's place when her
Oh.
sister was initially selected as tribute. When
Oh,
her
God.
district's male tribute, Peter Malark,
Pizza.
with her
Yeah.
with him, Katniss travels to the capital to train and compete in the Hunger Games.
And this is why I've been advocating for the Battle Dome for years. If we do a Battle Dome, and I'm not saying this would solve a lot of problems in the world, but some, I think a couple would be nice. Like maybe put all the Republicans in there, and the one that gets out doesn't get killed. Like that's the reward; they just don't die. Or homeless people, like they don't have to battle to the death, but like first wound, like gladiators.
Okay, I gotta stop you here.
No. But the
Even
winner,
if it's a bit legally, we can't have this on the podcast.
but the winner gets $2 million.
Or, government officials could just work harder to get
Too easy.
more housing.
Too easy.
Okay, so this movie premiered. This is the only Hunger Games movie to not come out in November. All of the other ones came out in November. And they remind me of fall. They feel very fall, even though there's no like orange or green leaves. I don't know why they feel like fall.
Because the horn of plenty, mama, the horn of plenty.
Sure.
The cornucopia.
Oh,
The cornucopia.
yes.
Okay.
You're so right, Juan.
So this one came out a wide release in March 2012, March 23rd, 2012. The budget was $78 million. What do you think the box office was, Juan?
Astronomical. How much was the money that you said? I wasn't listening.
I said the budget was $78 million.
78 million? This baby made $300 million.
Mm-hmm. And then some, because it actually made $694.4 million.
What? Bitch, good for her.
Damn, this movie really said bye.
Yes, and then obviously they said, well, then we gotta make some more. This
And
wasn't
they
like Percy
obviously
Jackson
did
2,
worse
where the
and
second
worse.
one flopped. Oh, interesting that you say that. Okay, I wrote down some notes about I read about how the movie came to be. So the first book was published in 2008, and then in 2009 Lionsgate acquired the rights. They said, this is going to be big, we got to snatch up the rights so we can
Wow.
make this. So then
I was gonna say, and we have to trust Lionsgate. Like I think Lionsgate movies usually kind of slap.
I mean, I love a movie that starts with the little doors opening to the
Hellboy?
clouds and
Hellboy?
it's the lions.
That's the
Is
Lion's
Hellboy?
Gate.
Is Hellboy Lionsgate?
I have no idea.
Well,
I couldn't name a Lionsgate movie right now if
No.
you pointed a gun to my head.
The Hunger
So then
Games.
they filmed the movie in 2011 in North Carolina, and then obviously it came out in 2012. It was the 9th highest grossing film of 2012.
Ooh,
Yeah.
9.
That was a big year for movies because the Avengers came out. Avatar, Breaking Dawn, one of them, and then Deathly Hallows Part 2, I think, or one. I
What?
don't. One.
All of the big baddies came out the
Really?
same year, or what?
Wow.
Shut the hell up! No, 2009 did not have all those heavy hitters.
2012.
I didn't say 2009.
What did you say?
I said 2012.
Oh,
So the Hunger Games said these other franchises are over. We're stepping in to take the place.
Pretty much, actually, yeah.
That's insane. I did not know that those all came out.
And in North America, The Hunger Games is the 22nd highest grossing film, just of all time, I believe. And it was the third largest weekend opening at the time.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so and then they were casting this movie. They were like, who's gonna be these people? Suzanne Collins was like heavily a part of casting. She was one of the reasons. Like Jennifer Lawrence was like, I don't think I could do this because she was a fan of the books, and she was like, I don't know. And Suzanne Collins was like, no, bitch, it's you.
I wrote
you.
it thinking of you.
No,
Thinking of you.
she wasn't. Well, because Jennifer Lawrence wasn't like as well known. This was like her big thing.
Yeah, I think this was her breakout role, no, wasn't it? Like her big one.
Because Jennifer Lawrence went from like she was on this sitcom. Anyone else remember the Bill Engvall show on TBS?
What the fuck?
I
Very
do
funny.
actually.
It was this. It was the sitcom on TBS when they would just. Oh, TBS really just had some originals, didn't they? When I watched it, it was like a funny, family little sitcom. But she went from that.
Show.
Huh?
They'll give anybody a show.
They will. One time, oh my god! One time in my like screenwriting,
they offered you a show
in my screenwriting for TV class. They offered me a show after not even seeing a pilot. They just said, we want to give you a first look deal just from this idea that you have. No, it was this class where it was like a round table. Like each week we would read someone's pilot episode that they wrote of like whatever show that they came up with, and you have to say like bad. And you have to say like, oh, I would imagine it on like this network or this network. I wrote one and I said like, oh, like TBS, and someone said this is funnier than TBS, and I said thank you so much. That's the best compliment you could give. I mean, it's also not saying much, but
okay, but like, where do they say that it would go?
I don't remember. I just remember thinking it was funny that they said like, oh no, this is better than TBS. I don't remember who said it, but I was just like,
good for you. Good for you.
I was like, oh, thank you. Anyways, but she went from that to Winter's Bone, which was like this indie darling movie, and then really blew up. Went to Hunger Games and really blew up.
I remember the Winter's Bones.
Remember the Winters and her bones?
I remember her bones, her big boners.
Different from the Lovely Bones.
The Lovely Bones, I know.
Starring Saoirse Ronan and Stanley Tucci.
The winner,
Stanley Tucci?
Yeah, Stanley Tucci's the
bad creepy guy.
Stanley Tucci, who, spoiler alert, dies by an icicle going into his fucking eyeball at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Lovely. I was looking for a sad movie to watch last night. I might just watch The Lovely Bones tonight.
Okay. But yeah, and then weirdly, Jennifer Lawrence has been like out of movies ever since Mother.
And let's talk about Mother.
No, we don't need
not. Please,
we don't need to talk about Mother. But she did Mother, and then she was kind of out of the zeitgeist for a little while. It turns out she got married. I think she's pregnant now. I literally just read an article about her last night that like came out before Don't Look Up came out, which happened like last year or the year before. I don't know.
I think it was last year.
And she has a movie coming out now, or like soon, I think, which is why I was able to watch this for free on Apple TV, because they have a bunch of her movies streaming for free. So shout out Apple TV.
Didn't she also do that shitty movie with what's his face with that motherfucker? It's a me, Mario.
Oh yeah, Sorry. Passengers.
It's a me, Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
Wait, did you see that? Did you see that? Wasn't it Adele that like apparently Adele told Jennifer Lawrence not to do Passengers or something? I think it was Adele. It was like, yeah, it just came out at the beginning of this month, an article that says Jennifer Lawrence, Adele warned me Passengers would flop.
Wow.
And honestly, good for Adele. I think honestly we can always trust Adele to give good advice.
Adele was right. I think I think it wasn't even about her foretelling the future of Chris Pratt. I think it was her being like, "Oh, like sci-fi isn't,
Sci-fi's out, babe.
yeah, like
It's
sci-fi
out.
isn't doing too good right now or something." I'm like, "Okay,
Oh
Adele,
my god.
love that for you."
I think I need to get in contact with Adele and ask her for every futurely endeavor that I'm going to be doing. Adele,
She has
is this
her
a good year for
finger on the
self-portraits?
pulse.
She must be a psychic or something.
She's got her finger.
Anyways, speaking
Yeah.
of the Lovely Bones, Saoirse Ronan auditioned for the role of Katniss.
No.
How different
She's
No.
too weak.
Lady Bird would have been.
No, because she would have
I
been
feel
like,
No,
I'm
you could
Saoirse Ronan.
She would have done an American accent.
Oh,
But I
Like
feel
she
like
does
you
in
could,
I
Lady
am
Bird.
Saoirse Ronan.
Also, she's
No.
Irish.
you could grab her
I'll be
wrist
putting
and it'd
for me on
break.
hand.
Wait, wasn't sure Saoirse Ronan in The Host?
Another
remember?
another Stephanie Meyer movie.
Oh shit!
Wait, was she, or was that just a girl that looked like her
No, I think that was Saoirse
No
Ronan.
idea.
when they
I'm-
tried to launch The Host?
Another
That was
flop.
another one, another fucking flop.
I'm pretty
Oh my
sure it was
God,
Saoirse
those
Ronan.
It is Saoirse Ronan. Wow.
Because I remember someone said Saoirse Ronan really went from The Host to being nominated for an Oscar for Lady Bird.
Well, and Jennifer Lawrence went from The Hunger Games to being Oscar nominated for Silver
That
Linings
one movie.
Playbook.
No, yeah.
And
Yeah.
probably American
She
Hustle. I don't
should have
remember.
gotten an Oscar for The Hunger Games.
We saw American Hustle together. I remember that as well.
I believe it.
Okay.
There it is.
Anyways, but also some people that auditioned for Katniss was Abigail Breslin, Emma Roberts,
No. What?
No,
Chloe
no,
Grace Moretz,
Maybe actually.
and Haley Steinfeld, who on Hawkeye became like an
An
archer.
archer.
So
See,
she probably could have handled that.
I think Haley Steinfeld would have been a little too young to play Katniss. I don't know how old she is now. Like she could be in her 30s and I wouldn't know. But I believe she's around our age, right? Like
Yeah,
Haley Steinfeld is,
I
like,
think she's
24,
around our age, and Jennifer Lawrence
is older.
it was born in 1990. Jennifer Lawrence was 20 playing 16 in this movie.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she kind of, not gonna lie, she kind of looks like a 20-year-old.
Okay, yeah, Haley Steinfeld's a year younger than us.
Okay, there we go.
And
Why
you
did I
and
say
I.
24? We're 27. Michelle's
Yeah.
like 30.
Because we forget how old we are.
Oh, the youth. Time flies.
But yeah, so those were some of the people. And then for the role of Gale,
We don't care about him.
Evan
Fuck
Neither did the
Peters.
Gale.
movie. Neither did the
Evan-
books.
Evan Peter?
Evan Peters
No.
auditioned or was considered. And
I
so
don't think
did
so.
and so did David Henry, which I could see.
Okay, yeah.
I could
But I
see, and
also
maybe
am glad he wasn't
Uh,
he didn't get all this money because now he did a movie with Mel Gibson and I hate him.
and he said, I love working with Mel Gibson. He's amazing. I don't know. I
is
give
he
him that
British
accent.
too?
No, David Henry is American.
He's literally white. He's literally Caucasian.
Yeah. Although I don't like Liam Hemsworth either, so I didn't really
But I
win
think
either way.
he was good. Like he could play like kind of an asshole.
And now he's the new Witcher.
And he was that's right. And he was only in like 2 scenes in this. So
Honestly, here's my
he was
thing.
very much the Jacob of this movie where it's like in the first one you're only in a couple scenes. You'll be in more later.
But is he even worth it? Like in my mind, I'm trying to remember Gale in the books and Gale in the movies, and they're not. He's not. He's like not important. Like I really don't give a shit about him.
I don't remember. Suddenly I don't know how to read.
Suddenly, I forgot about him.
And then I read through the IMDb trivia, and like the really only like fun fact I found that I thought was worth reading was while horsing around on set, Jennifer Lawrence accidentally kicked Josh Hutcherson in the head, knocking him out and resulting in a concussion.
Oh my god! Is she horsing around
And we
acting like
love
a fucking
that.
horse?
she went around and going say just yelling roundhouse kick and fucking spinning and kicking.
I love to have fun on set.
And I know I know I'm not the only one that's ever done this too, but I think everyone's asking, is Josh Hutcherson gay now that we're on him? And the answer is no, but he is an ally.
No, but he does a lot of like activism. Like he was really
Mm.
campaigning hard for Bernie, and then I feel like he does like climate activism now.
I'm actually on his Wikipedia right now.
He's a tree.
It says that he takes a big like he's really big.
He's really big.
Big. He's huge.
He's massive.
He's 7 feet tall.
Actually, he's really short. He's 5'5".
Yeah, he's a short
You can
king.
tell.
No, but he does a lot. He does a lot for GLAAD, and like he does a lot of age-related works in the Vanguard Awards and LGBT. The Sandwich.
Okay, he's gonna be on Drag Race next year.
He's a queen. Yeah, he did the Team Nick Halo Awards.
I can see your halo.
Oh, what?
That's like isn't that like a volunteer like awards for like
Yeah, like community service, volunteering,
community service.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I've never heard of it. 'Cause no one gives a fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, this movie got pretty good reviews. Roger Ebert gave the film 3 stars out of 4, praising the movie as effective entertainment, and he praised Jennifer Lawrence's performance. But he also criticized the film for being too loud and noted that the film misses opportunities for social criticism. Not like
Okay, they were just getting started.
Baby,
Like,
read the books.
oh my
The books go way in.
he doesn't read, he only watches movies.
Well, maybe that's his problem, isn't it?
The last or second to last movie when they blow up the dam. Oh my god.
I thought this one had enough social criticism. Like maybe it's because like I wasn't like 12
You're just getting
when I
into
saw
the
it,
world.
that like you understand that this is like a comment on society as well. Not like I don't know, Roger Ebert. I'm sorry you didn't understand it.
I think it's
love
a
murdering children. It's so cool.
I think
I
it's
love
something
it.
to do with class warfare
It has to do with all of these things.
and the working class, and how the people in the entertainment industry don't do much, but they get a lot more than people that are coal miners, and coal miners literally risk their lives. A la Katniss's dad, who fucking died in the coal mines. Wow.
Oh, is that how he died? I don't remember.
He died in a coal mining accident. The cave
I just think it's funny that Roger Ebert said it was too loud. It's like, okay, can you try not to be so old for a second? Not to be ages.
What's too loud?
But like, come on.
Turn your hearing aids down.
He said this movie was fucking loud. Have you ever been in a movie, guys?
Maybe talk to the theater that played it. Maybe they just had it up too high.
Sorry, Roger Ebert, that this isn't the 1920s and all the movies are fucking silent. They have sound now, baby. Get used to it.
The movie did get a lot of no, he's dead. The movie did get a lot of comparisons to Battle Royale, which is a Japanese film. I don't know if y'all have heard of that.
I do remember this. I do remember this. People were beefing. People were beefing.
Yes. And I found it interesting that recently, in 2022, on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Quentin Tarantino accused The Hunger Games of plagiarizing Battle Royale.
What?
Fuck off, bitch. I think I should accuse you of plagiarizing Uma Thurman's feet.
No, and I remember this because I remember Hunger Games was on the peak when Tumblr was at its peak. Like Tumblr,
Yes,
the iconic fandom website. Like there was, I remember the articles always came up. Hunger Games, did it plagiarize, Battle Royale? Let me say this. No, it did not. No, it did not. There are similarities.
I don't think
but the concept isn't like, know.
I feel like the concept of like, okay, a bunch of people like killing each other in an arena like isn't exclusive to Battle Royale.
A fight to the death. That's everybody.
That's an age-old tale.
Only one can survive.
He might as well been like they ripped off Gladiator.
Yeah. I just think it's like, what is Quentin Tarantino like so worried about with this? Why is
Also,
he
why
like?
is Quentin Tarantino over here fighting the Hunger Games? Because they didn't show feet.
Because you know what?
Because they only showed Haymitch's feet.
The,
Oh,
They said I saw one foot and it was a man's. Disgusting.
Quentin Tarantino actually had
because they didn't say the N word in this movie.
Wow.
he had the rights to Battle Royale. He was gonna start filming in 2012, and then the Hunger Games came out.
Shut the fuck up then. You're over here being like they plagiarized. Well, you're adapting a Japanese film. Wow. Way to colonize this Japanese film industry. Wow.
I hate him.
I made that up, but it doesn't sound true.
No, well,
No, let's spread the rumor. Let's spread the
this
rumor.
headline says Quentin Tarantino wishes he directed Battle Royale before Hunger Games franchise ripped it off.
Oh, so he really wanted to colonize this Japanese film.
Either that, or he's saying it was
Wow.
such a good movie. I wish I made that.
No.
And then
No,
Hunger
he's
Games
saying that he
never-
wanted to do this movie because he would have done it better, shown some feet, and put a black kid in there and called him the N-word and then killed him. Wow.
Okay, anyways, another controversy was that people thought that, okay, first of all, comparisons were being made between the Hunger Games and let's take it back, let's throw it back to Coney 2012.
Oh
What?
my god,
What?
not
Wait,
Coney
what?
2012.
People were comparing it to the child soldiers of Lord's Resistance Army led by Joseph Coney.
No,
So
Yeah.
there was that.
literally
was-
no.
There was also, there were people that okay, first of all, this says that our Washington Post, Huffington Post, all the posts, they were reiterating the fact that Rue and Thresh are described in Hunger Games as having dark brown skin, as well as Collins's assertion that they were both intended to be depicted as African American. But and then Cinna as well. This says, what's his name?
I remember people freaking out about Rue being black.
He's
Okay,
supposed
so
to be.
a British writer from
We can't trust British people. We
from
can't
the
trust
Garden.
them. The Garden? Ooh,
Said
the
it comes to
backyard.
this: if the casting of Rue, Thresh, and Cinna has left you bewildered and upset, consider two things. One, you may be racist. Congrats. Two, you definitely lack basic reading comprehension. Mazel tov.
Okay, never mind. We can trust the British. We can
Yes,
trust
they
the
were.
British
They were
man.
like combating all of that backlash.
Well, I mean,
Um,
in the books, they literally say that, like, yeah, Rue and Thresh are basically black, and so is Cinna. Like, I remember in the book specifically being like, yeah, they're black.
Amanda Stenberg, our Bodies queen, who
Bodies.
played Rue, responded to the controversy saying, as a fan of the books, I feel fortunate to be part of the Hunger Games family. It was an amazing experience. I'm proud of the film and my performance. I want to thank all my fans, blah, 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 blah. The guy who played Thresh said, I think this is a lesson for people to think before they tweet. It's sad we could now see where society is today, but I try not to think about stuff like that.
Good.
Bless up. Also, I didn't know that she was in Bodies. Another reason why I actually need to watch it, like, pretty soon.
Yeah, so she went on to be a star. She went on to be in Everything, The Hate You Give. Now Bodies. Now she's like a queer icon.
I love
Activist.
her. I was actually, while watching this, I was like, did she do anything afterwards? Apparently.
She did
on.
everything, literally, baby.
Didn't she do music, or am I thinking of something?
Yes, she also has some songs, yeah. And then there was also criticism for the casting of Jennifer Lawrence, because people thought that her weight was not representative of a character who has suffered a life of starvation.
She gets to eat meat. She literally goes out and hunts squirrels and pheasants. Like, what
But
do they
also,
want her to
does
be emaciated?
anybody in this movie look like they're not eating? Like, look like they're starved?
No.
like-
No, that's
Eh,
fucked.
This is just so fucked. It was 2012.
What do they
and,
want? The Holocaust victims playing these roles? Like, what
yeah,
do they
I guess
want?
even in 2012, people didn't know, like, you shouldn't be commenting on people's weight
People's
like
weight.
this. Because even, like, even if we're supposed to be, like, if the story is like, oh, they're all like so starved, whatever. We don't need Christian Bale level actors to like
The Machinist?
unhealthily, like lose a bunch of weight just to like. We can suspend our disbelief because this is a teen movie and we don't want to put Jennifer Lawrence through the ringer.
The thing is, in like even in the books, it's like they're not actually starving. Like people aren't dying in the streets from starvation. Like obviously poverty is really low, but the reason it's called the Hunger Games is because people get more food by putting their children's name in more often.
I just
So-
got that.
So it's supposed to be like, yeah, you actually obtain meals, you actually obtain more wealth by adding more coins to the fucking pot.
Mhm.
That's why it's called the Hunger Games, not because people are fucking starving. I mean,
Interesting.
they're hungry, but they're not. They got shit. There's a guy out there eating a rat or something. I don't know. People got food. People got food.
Mhm.
He just literally fucking baking bread.
There was also some backlash for just the violence of like showing teens being killed. There was just controversy because of that. But anyways, let's talk about the music because this movie did have a
Bangers.
Grammy.
The soundtrack. Oh my god.
When I tell you, when Horn of Plenty comes on, dun, dun, na, 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 legendary.
The song "Safe and Sound" by Taylor
Oh,
Swift
yeah.
in the Civil Wars won a Grammy and was
Yes.
nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Original Song. So,
I'm high school me. If I had a CD, if I had a cassette, and it was only Safe and Sound, that bitch would have been worn out in a week. I'm telling you, I was so depressed in high school that I would put Safe and Sound on, and I would be crying. I'd be in my room going,
Oh no.
Taylor Swift, yes, because that song is so good. Also, did you see my acting? HBO.
he could be on the Among the
I
Hidden
could be
show.
in Among the Hidden.
Yeah, so it had that Taylor Swift and Civil Wars song. Also had a song by Arcade Fire, Kid Cudi, The Decemberists, Maroon 5, which is weird.
Maroon
Um,
5.
Yeah.
Another Taylor Swift song, a song by Birdie, Miranda
Birdie.
Lambert.
Yeah.
Remember
then-
Birdie?
And I
Yes,
don't think
love
you remember
her.
Birdie. Birdie is playing right now. I have a headphone in.
Tumblr remembers Birdie.
Oh, they do. They definitely do. And then later on, Miss Lorde had Yellow Flicker Beat.
Yes.
Mwah, so good.
Yes, for the other films, because they kept. Well, the first soundtrack was called The Hunger Games Songs from District 12 and Beyond. And then they stopped that. They just started naming it the original soundtrack.
As most movies do,
But those first songs are from District 12 and beyond.
and beyond.
Wow. Oh my god. Taylor Swift in District 12?
Didn't Jennifer Lawrence actually record the
Are you
Bella?
coming
No,
to
no.
That one from the third one. Yes.
And then they turned it into a trap song or whatever on the radio.
And I bet it hits. And I bet it fucking hits.
No. it's
No,
so
Michelle, this is what you do.
depressing.
This is what you do. You go to the club, you
No.
listen to the track to the trap remix, right? And then you go home. Once you leave the club by yourself, a little too drunk, and you play the original one, and you cry.
Okay.
I think she did also record the what's it called? Deep in the Meadows? Deep in the
Mhm.
Meadows.
Keep singing it.
Yeah.
So good.
Anyways, so Michelle and I saw this in theaters, even if they don't remember it. And then I guess they saw it again. And I haven't seen it since then. I literally bought the DVD because I remember telling my mom, like, oh, like, we should watch this as a family. And then we never fucking did. And then Michelle was telling me before you got on the call that they have seen it probably 100 times. And that when they were running errands, they kept the movie playing and listened to it in the car. So they weren't even watching it for a little bit. They were listening.
Love.
How many times have you seen this? And when was the first time you saw it? One.
I was like, who are you talking to? I actually also saw this in the theater. Because this was around the time that I actually started to go see movies with friends. Wow.
Okay.
And I remember because
Yeah.
I wrote this in my notes, but like I vividly, this is so fucked up of me, I know. I vividly remember that scene or that sequence where she's watching a playback of I think last year's Hunger Games where that kid's beating the other kid in with the brick.
And
And
you
I-
laughed and laughed.
No, and I vividly remember feeling this weird like pit in my body just like sink because I was like, I've never like there's something about that scene specifically or that sequence specifically that is so realistic looking, and because it is almost like news footage that it almost feels more real than watching, you know, actual footage of like war. You know, it was so vivid to me. I remember, but like yeah, I saw it in theater when it first came out, and I've seen it probably every year, every other year since.
Wow, we have some stands in the house.
Mhm.
And then there's
And I'll fight
me,
Michelle.
a casual fan. I've seen every single movie. I've seen all the 4 movies exactly one time.
Work.
And that's
Oh my
not to say anything
God.
bad. It's just that even when I owned it, I just like you never got around to watching it again. I will say something about this. It's long. It's a long
It's
not.
movie.
It's not long enough.
It's
It's
2
like
hours
barely
20
12.
minutes.
No, it could be longer. I agree with Michelle. This movie could have been a little. It could have had an
This-
extended edition.
This could be a 5-hour movie. I would watch it every single
No, that's too damn long.
a 5-hour movie.
It could
I
be
think-
2 hours and 45 minutes. Give it 20 more
No.
minutes.
I think it should have cut a lot of stuff in the beginning
It should
because
have been
we
3.
don't get to the actual arena until an hour and 7 minutes in.
That's
And
the
the
book.
time
That's the
flies
I
book.
know.
by.
I
Time
know.
flies by.
When I tell you that last 30 minutes of the film could have been its own hour, it could have been longer. That last 30 minutes is so short because I remember in the book all the details. The
Yes.
second Rue dies, the movie goes, time to speed it up. Let's go a little faster,
Yeah.
everybody, because there is so much missing. There is so much.
Well, I
missing.
guess I'm alone here, but I thought they easily could have made this 2 hours, not 20.
You're
2
fine.
hours and 20 minutes. But
They
What
should
is
have made
it?
it 3. They should have made it 3.
this movie starts out with the little quote explaining that each district shall offer up a male and a female for the Hunger Games.
Non-binary
So,
people,
let's
you're
just-
safe.
Let's just give it up for non-binary people, gender queer people, gender fluid, because Michelle, you and I would not have to participate.
We are safe. We don't gotta do shit.
More
Me, on the other
likely,
hand, dead.
the Capitol probably would have killed us.
No, I don't think this is a. I don't think this is a. I don't think this is a Handmaid's Tale situation. I don't think they kill gender traitors.
You know what? There's no gays in the Hunger Games.
No, there are. They're just all at the Capitol.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the people at the Capitol
They're
give
all
off queer, but it might just be, I don't know. I just don't know.
Everyone in the Capitol is Pan and Polly. They're the 2 Ps. They're the PPs.
Anyways,
That's
we open with a scene of Seneca Crane and Caesar Flickerman, played by Wesley. What's his name?
Snipes.
No, it's the other one. The one from American Beauty.
I don't know. The only one I remember is
Wes
the
Bentley.
one that
Wes
doesn't show up
Bentley.
anymore. The one that's probably dead.
Wes Bentley from American Beauty, and Stanley Tucci.
Tucci.
They are talking about the games on Caesar's show. And this is the only Hunger Games movie, I guess, to start with them and not like Katniss, I think I read. But it's setting us up, that this is a big spectacle. And then we get to District 12, where we meet Katniss Everdeen comforting
her little bitch sister Prim.
Her screaming sister.
I fucking hate Prim with a fiery passion. When I tell you, every time that little bitch was on screen, I said it should have been you.
No.
It should have fucking been you.
I have to hang up now. I have to leave. Oh my god.
Damn.
She's such a coward, and it's only until the last book that she shows her.
She's 12.
Juan, you say that, but you absolutely, if they called your fucking name, you would be falling on your knees, begging them not to take you.
Yeah, and
You
I
would
would
be
have showed up to the
pushing. You would be pushing another Mexican kid forward, saying, "This is Juan. This is Juan." You would
no,
absolutely be
because they
scared.
took my blood. They took my blood.
Yes,
They took my
yes.
they took my blood.
hmm
Oh, Juan.
Oh my god. Well, we meet
Oh,
Katniss
Juan.
and her sister Prim. She's comforting Prim because Prim is scared that she's gonna get
Yes.
picked at the reaping, which is when they pick. It's like bingo, but not as fun. Where they pick, they call out a name, and then that means you have to be in the Hunger Games.
Oh my god, this is the perfect scene to set up their relationship. This is like, I love Prim and Katniss because I have a younger sibling that I feel like
Is a
I'm
cow.
Katniss and
Here
they're
we
Prim.
go.
No, I would do anything for Adrian. I would volunteer. I would kill everybody.
You would pull up a machine gun. You wouldn't know where you got it, but
Okay.
you would have one.
So here we go.
Placa, placa.
And then we have the scene of Katniss hunting, and who interrupts and ruins the hunt
Oh
for
my
her?
god.
It's
Well, no,
fucking Gale.
He's right though, because he in the books. I remember this too. That it's like they're like, how the fuck is she? Because he literally goes, how are you gonna carry that? How are you gonna carry that deer back? You dumb bitch. There's a fence.
Well, you know what? A feminist would help her carry it.
Yeah, Juan.
True.
How about that?
Why didn't
You're
he just help her
canceled.
instead of saying, "Hey, catnip"?
What are you gonna do with that when you catch it? When you
Oh,
shoot it?
I also think it's so funny that in the movies they just throw out the nicknames without explaining who any of these characters are first and foremost. Because in the book they literally spend like a chapter and a half just talking about how Katniss calls her sister what tail duckling,
Little
ducktails.
duck.
Ducktail woo woo.
Yeah, little woo woo ducktail.
I don't remember, but so they talk about the games. He's like, "My name is in there 42 times. The odds aren't good for me."
And look, is he starving? Does he look emaciated? No, because he's getting that coin.
He is like fit. Like, damn, his
He's
body.
got food vouchers. He's got
He's got body
M&Ms.
yada yada. Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
true.
Also, he talks about like if no one watched, there wouldn't be any games anymore. Like we could all just not watch. It's that simple and everything. But
Oh my god.
Candace
Should I
is
just
like-
do a reenactment of the scene? I have it all playing in my head right
Yeah,
now.
do it right now. Do it. Be both of them.
Wait, well, we could do it. What if no one watched this year? What if everyone, whatever, stayed home?
that was great.
No,
It
no,
felt
no.
like I was in the scene.
Roger Ebert is
No,
applauding
no,
from his
I remember
grave.
he said, okay,
Too
fine,
loud.
laugh at me. She goes, I'm not laughing at you. He goes, oh, we could do it though. And she says, I have Prim and you have your brothers. Can you imagine Prim in the woods?
And then he
Anyways.
says, "Kiss me.
He goes,
Kiss me, Katniss. I'm in love with you."
I
Okay.
actually really like their relationship in the first movie, like how they're friends, they help
Yeah.
each other,
And then
their
it takes a turn.
family. And it turns into a little bitch.
So then we have Katniss. She's like trading stuff. She gets the Mockingjay pin.
For free from this old
Iconic.
woman.
Ooh, and she gives it to Prim, and she says nothing bad will happen to you. And I said, okay, you can't just
Mama,
promise things.
just you wait till the third book, baby. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you. And then we see the iconic purple bitch strolling up in District 12.
The what?
The iconic purple bitch,
Effie Trinket.
Miss Efelina
Who
Trinqueta.
I was reading, and I guess it's true that they never name her in this movie.
They never say her name. Yeah.
Yeah, we just, if you read the books, or I guess if you go on IMDb, that her name is Effie Trinket.
I think they say it for the first time in the second one. They
Wow.
go,
They
yeah.
said, sorry, Elizabeth Banks. We can only say one woman's name today in this movie.
And it's Katniss.
And then we have the reaping scene. Iconic. I remember when the trailer came out, this was all you would see on the commercials is I volunteer as tribute. It has
And
become a meme.
And now it's
Right.
what every gay uses when a thirst trap pops up. They always
Yes.
use the gif. I volunteer as tribute. There's a man showing ass. I volunteer as tribute. There's a man showing his full hog. I volunteer as tribute. There's a man eating another man's out. I volunteer as tribute.
It's
It is
true.
everywhere. The gays love that one.
Oh
They
my
love
god,
it.
the gays are ruining this for me. I cry every time.
Not
Every
even.
time.
It's
I get
not
the
even just
chills.
gays. It's just like horny people.
Oh, really? The
I've
straight?
seen like fans, yeah, use it.
Once again, horny people ruin everything.
I think this movie spawned 3
Juan,
iconic me. Yeah, true.
those are
You
your
betcha.
people, the horny people.
This movie spawned 3 iconic memes. The first one is this: I volunteer as tribute. We will get to the next ones as we go on.
Mahogany?
Mahogany. It's mahogany.
Mahogany.
Yes.
At
And
least
then
that one's
the
not
third one is just
disrespectful.
Yes, the
when someone's
kissing of
going
the
through it.
fingers. This movie created a lot of memes because even like the press cycle, I don't know if it was this one or the second one, but remember that interview where like Jennifer Lawrence says, "Where's the pizza?" And you would see it all over Tumblr.
Yes, she's
Where's
so
the pizza?
relatable.
This
She's such a relatable queen.
This franchise did so much for the internet. It did so much.
It did. Oh, it also was like
Oh, true.
memed on Tumblr a lot of like in Catching Fire when like Joanna changes in the elevator
And she goes-
and like Jennifer Lawrence's face is like
Yeah,
like eye rolling. That became a meme as well.
so good.
Anyways.
Everything's so good.
Before Prim is picked, we see that like propaganda film where Snow is voicing it over and saying, "We had war,
Terrible war.
and now we do the Hunger Games to stop the treason and everything."
Basically, going, we'll kill your fucking kids. Look, we'll do it. But then it's also like, look, but we'll also give them a fancy life if they win. So
It's that meme from TikTok, like, "I give you blank, you get blank."
yeah, pretty much. I give you death, you get money. Ooh, my hands were so flat. Did you see that? Flat.
So then Prim is picked and Katniss volunteers for her. And then Peeta Malark is also picked from
Peeta,
District
who looks
12.
like a fucking goob.
Oh
Peeta
my
Malark
god.
looks like such a goob when he goes up there. He's just like,
When his mouth hanging open, I literally when I
looks like
first
he's
saw
shitting
this
himself.
movie, I thought that the point of this scene, because everyone was like looking at him, and I thought that he was like mentally challenged.
Oh.
And that's why everyone was like horrified, because they were like looking at him like, oh my god, the mentally challenged kid got picked.
Because they were so scared of disabled people.
oh my
And
god.
then-
Oh my god. What
then
happens if it
I
isn't
didn't
a
know-
disabled person?
I didn't know he wasn't until he started speaking to Katniss, and I was like, what?
Oh my god.
You think this universe is letting disabled people live?
Yes!
Not to get dark.
I
Juan keeps saying all these marginalized people get to live, and I just don't know about it in this world.
I would like to believe that the Capitol is like, I'm sorry you had a kid with a disability. We can't just throw him in there. He's in a wheelchair.
That's true.
Unless they're gonna
Hey,
give him a Professor Xavier flying wheelchair that can shoot arrows at people. I don't see the point.
but
Professor
Peeta does
Xavier.
lose his leg in the book, so he is
Jennifer
disabled.
Lawrence. Who?
Peeta, he loses his leg in the book, in the first book.
Oh.
Does he have a robot leg?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I thought
In
he
the
just walked
first
with a
book.
limb. I thought he just walked with a limb.
No, because he loses his leg in the Hunger Games. And then he has, like, I guess a prosthetic leg. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm gonna
well,
get a
anyways.
reread.
And then we have
Me too.
Katniss saying her goodbyes. Bye-bye, Prim. Bye-bye, Gale. Mom, you better not fuck this up.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, her mom that has severe depression. That's the only thing the Capitol does not treat, depression. I love how basically Katniss is like, yeah, I'm basically gonna go to war now. You have to sell your fucking goat cheese and hunt, and you can do this. You can be the woman of the house because we know mom's gonna just fuck it up later.
Mm-hmm.
And she
And
tells
Dad's
Gail,
dead.
don't let them starve.
Don't let them starve. Then we have the train ride to the Capitol where we get introduced to Haymitch.
Haymitch, who could do unspeakable things to me.
Okay.
Unspeakable things.
Played by Woody Harrelson.
I love Woody
What?
Harrelson.
He is a non-functioning alcoholic.
No. He becomes functioning. He's a functioning alcoholic a little later.
But so because the Katniss and Peeta are expecting like a great mentor to like give them help, and he says, "Embrace the probability of your imminent death."
He
That's
goes,
his
wrong.
advice.
I was educated by the American educational system. You are betting too much on me.
It's wild to me that they like had school. Like later when Peeta's talking about like, oh, when you were in class and you raised your hand, I'm like, they had school
They
for
could
what?
afford
Motherfuckers went to
school.
school?
In this world?
They...
Like, what are you gonna learn? Coal mining?
I just wasn't expecting that.
Katniss, I believe, dropped out.
She would, wouldn't she?
Obviously, she had to feed her family.
She seems like that kind of girl.
And then we have the meme that is mahogany,
That is.
which became an iconic line.
Should we bring it back? Should we start saying it more often?
I think we
Just
should.
only
Whenever-
Tumblr users from 2012 will know what we were talking about.
It'll be so
Whenever
good.
somebody hits something, we say
That is mahogany. And then we have Haymitch giving more advice. He says, get people to like you so that sponsors will send items to you.
And Peeta is on that shit like a publicist, doing the rounds, protecting all the celebrities.
He is laughing like Jimmy Fallon,
Every
interviewing
joke.
every boring guest he's ever had. He's going
Telling every single joke that he said.
Yeah, he's
No.
joking with Caesar.
And I think that's the thing. Katniss is the most skilled person, but Peeta is actually the most intellectual in playing the long con, because he literally is the first person to be like, "Hi everybody, wow," like
Yeah.
Out the train.
being the lovable goober. Well, Jennifer Lawrence is over there looking like.
But then he says later, he's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't get a lot of parachutes. Like, I don't get a lot of gifts. And I was like, then what's the point? What's the point of him being funny and cool and personable?
Maybe he thought he would, and then he was disappointed that he didn't get any in the games.
I also don't think a lot of people got a lot of in the games, TBH, because it didn't look like a lot of people were getting shit.
I didn't see a lot of gifts. Katniss got like 2 things.
Is it? Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the third movie / book. Never mind. I was
So
like, isn't there a sequence where a bunch of parachutes fall from the sky?
That's Camp Rock 2.
That's the third one.
They get to the Capitol, they get groomed, basically, legs waxed, eyebrows tweezed. They gotta look hot.
Asshole waxed.
And then we meet Cinna.
But they can't show it in the movie.
We meet Cinna, the stylist, played by Lenny Kravitz.
Legend.
Is iconic. I don't think they could have casted anyone better than Lenny Kravitz to be Cinna, because Cinna is, 1, a perfect character, 2, perfectly casted. He is the best parts of these movies, and it's so sad. And the second one is absolutely heart-wrenching. Does he die, Michelle, in the books?
Yes, they kill him, or they like beat him to death right in front of Katniss.
I vaguely remember that.
I remember they beat him, but I didn't think he actually got, I didn't think he died.
Killed him.
Damn.
And then she has to go and fight again.
Wow.
God, these movies are so fucking good.
Also, I did read that Jennifer Lawrence is, because she's friends with Zoe Kravitz, I'm assuming because they both worked on the X-Men movie, and so that she couldn't call Lenny by his name, like, not because of him, but just in her head, she would just always say Mr. Kravitz because she was so used to it.
Oh, because yeah.
Just because she thought she was hanging out at the Kravitz house, and she'd go, "Thank you, Mr. Kravitz." Anyways, so he wants to do something different. He wants to change the game.
He said, "I'm tired of all these drag queens and their kitschy outfits. These costumes are gross. We are trying to dress to impress, mama."
And we have that moment later when they're in the chariot, and Peeta grabs her hand, and she says, "What the fuck are you doing?"
She like jerks it away like
You're
that.
gonna love it.
The vine where
The
that
vine of
guy's hand on
the bus.
She goes,
And then they put their hands up together because again he's trying to get that good PR.
And this is so good. Like I love this sequence of the chariots. Like there's two pieces on the score called I think it's called the Chariots and then the Horn of Plenty, and they play next to each other. Like they kind of fuse. Those tracks that overlap. Sure, that.
Those are just the notes.
I was like, okay, work.
Yeah.
But this entire sequence is so good, especially the way like the commentators react to the outfits.
What? I was just gonna say that.
Because Stanley Tucci's performance is like, and what the fuck is that? And then they pan to the fire, and when I tell you, when I first
he
saw
acted
this,
like he had never seen fire before.
no,
Yeah,
this
but,
fire never.
when Stanley Tucci goes, "Oh, I love it! Look at it!" Like you can tell the moment when his character like falls in love with these tributes, and he's like, "Those are my favorite ones." I like.
Is he
Those are my
wearing
babies.
fake teeth in this movie, or are they
Yes.
just like super widened? Okay.
No, they're fake. I think they're fake because they look comic. They look like the
They're
fucking.
huge.
Yeah.
They are some The Mask looking teeth. Like.
Before we get to the actual chariot scene, we do have we see President Snow. We see the training, the dinner, where Pete is like, "There's no chance I'm gonna win. We all know it."
Even his mom doesn't think he can win.
His mom said, "You're gonna fucking lose, and Katniss is gonna win! Yay for the district!" We see more training. Haymitch talking about evaluations and saying like, "Do something memorable." So Katniss shoots the apple in the pig's mouth.
Mhm.
And that's so good. That is so good. I love this entire training sequence because it shows you in the books. It's so long. Again, in the books, obviously, it's going to be forever of an explanation of what's going on. But like, I love Foxface as like a.
What a great name for a child.
Well, because in the books, they literally were like, she literally looks like a fucking fox. Like her face was elongated. Like they make her
It's just
actually.
because she was a redhead.
No, I think
she kind of does in the movie too.
a little bit, yeah, kind of. But like they
You
show
can
her like
tell
they show her doing her whole thing of like memorizing plants
on
and
the
like
computer.
yes, because that's her special
I know. I
trait.
was like, "What the fuck are you doing playing Fruit Ninja?" I didn't understand what that was.
No, so in the books they explain that Foxface is incredibly smart. Like she recognizes what plants are poisonous, what plants are good to eat. Like
Isn't that how
Like-
she dies though?
no, because and that's why they in the books Katniss goes into it and she's like, it's a suicide because she knew that she wasn't gonna live any longer, so she kills herself with the hemlock berries because she's like, she was smart, like she knew what was poisonous and not. Like I saw her training, like she knew everything, so it was a deliberate suicide on her.
Damn, did I read
Wow.
these? But yeah, we do, and we also get to see
Rue.
the other. Yeah, we get to see the other tributes. Like you were telling me, wasn't it like not that long ago where you were like, Jack Quaid is in the Hunger Games, and I was like, no, he's not.
Me or Michelle?
Yeah,
I think you won.
Yeah, Jack Quaid is in the Hunger Games. He's
And I was like, what? I
he's
don't remember. He is
Marvel.
Marvel.
Hmm.
I don't remember anyone except for Rue. And so, like, seeing all these people.
Work.
Orphan from the movie Orphan?
yes,
Yes, Little Miss
He's in this
Orphan.
movie too.
She's a
Orphan is in this
villain.
movie. We have Alex Ludwig from Race to Witch Mountain, who plays
Hot as fuck now.
Clove. Yeah, a lot of people in here.
Yeah, no, it's great. And again, I love how you can see everyone's. The only one that isn't special, I think, is so funny is Glimmer.
She's just blonde.
She's just blonde, but also
She's just
like,
there to be pretty.
correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle or Sarah, but
Probably
like,
Michelle.
Haymitch is talking about how the careers, basically District 1, District 2, and I think District 4 is also career. Like they're usually career tributes as well, slightly.
I just know it was definitely
1 and
Clove.
2.
Alexander Ludwig's.
hmm
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they say that they train at a special school, but I believe in the books it says that these schools are illegal. Like they're not supposed to actually be training the kids, but they kind of just go like hush hush under the radar.
That would make sense.
I have the worst memory.
And
I don't remember
actually-
a single thing ever.
We're
Work.
we're adding her right now to the call. Suzanne Collins, are you there?
Oh my god.
Imagine.
I would
Hello,
piss
it's
and shit and
me.
scream and cry.
Okay, so then we have PETA wanting to train by himself now, is what Haymitch tells Katniss. So she's like, what the fuck? And then we have Caesar Flickerman's show where she gets coined the girl on fire.
Mhm.
Katniss Everdeen, the girl on
Yes.
fire.
Because she
Um,
No,
literally spins
Caesar
around.
loves her.
Mhm.
She spins, and she catches on fire.
And we have PETA saying that he has a crush on a girl and he's like had it for a while, and she came here with me, and so Katniss is watching this like, what the fuck?
She grabs it. The way she grabs him when he comes off stage and slams him into the wall. Oh my god.
When I saw that, I said, Jennifer Lawrence. Oh my god.
I said, Mommy, do that to
Jennifer
me.
Lawrence. I was like, am I feeling something inside of me?
Not you acting like every lesbian online saying, you can run me over or you can step on me.
You can bulldoze me.
Run me over with your car.
I want Jennifer Lawrence to push me
This
against
might
the
be
wall.
might be a good time for me to bring up that a lot of people online
hate this relationship.
People online.
A lot of people in the queer community, specifically in the aspec community, have kind of claimed Katniss as an Arrow Ace character.
Yes, let's hear it, Mama. Yes.
They've written a lot of articles about it, and maybe I'll link some below about just like how she seems very Arrow Ace, and like the relationship with PETA. It feels just very like she was doing it because she had to.
She kisses him because of the cameras. She kisses him for the camera.
And that's like me and Juan when we go to a Diamondbacks game, we go kiss cam.
And no, but we do it between two hot dogs.
I want to go to a Diamondbacks game so bad.
I've been thinking about that recently too. Like, I really want to go to like.
Specifically, baseball just ended.
Are there any games when I'm gonna be in town?
I don't want to do
this week.
basketball.
No,
I feel like basketball's too like kind of too musky. Like I feel like the arena gets kind of nasty after a while. Football is too crazy for me. Baseball though is a sport where you go and you eat 20 hot dogs.
Yeah, because part of it is the food. You get a hot dog. You get like red vine. You get like.
You get a beer as big as your head. It costs $50.
You spent your whole paycheck.
Growing up at Diamondbacks games, I would always get like the red licorice ropes, and I would eat that whole fucking thing, cavities for days.
I've only been to one Diamondbacks game, and it was a couple of years ago, and I got drunk, and I was yelling, let's go! I was yelling at the players. I would call them out by name.
Well, at least you didn't go to a Diamondback game, come back drunk, and start yelling the N-word in the dorms.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a spring training game.
Still, baseball.
That was a coworker of ours that quickly got fired.
Very quickly. And maybe it's because I didn't like him that I ratted him out, but he was saying
no, but he also... Was it him or was it his friends? Either way, it was creating a dangerous environment.
Yes. But what I was going to say... The next time baseball comes around, whenever spring, I guess, summer,
spring. We should go to the Diamondbacks hosts Pride Night in June.
Okay. Here's the thing: we do that, but we get a booth in the all-you-can-eat and drink section, and we go crazy.
Do you know how much?
Start saving your money. Everybody.
Sarah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what it costs. If my ticket is $300, I'm gonna pay that $300.
Okay.
And I'm gonna eat 50 baseball stadium hot dogs with everything on them. You bet your ass I will. I will have diarrhea for weeks.
So as I was saying, she reads very Arrow Ace. And like people could explain it better than me in like articles and stuff, but she definitely does feel very Arrow Ace. As someone who's Ace can confirm. She just gives off that vibe. Of like, what the fuck?
I mean, I agree with your vibes. My question is though, my question has always been:
did I also want her and Orphan to kiss when Orphan tackled her? Yeah.
Oh my god! Okay. I was like, "What's happening?" I said, what's going on right now?"
Well, what I was gonna say was, I mean, true. What I was gonna say was, it's like none of her relationships feel right. Like the one that she develops with Peta, it feels so synthetic and like fake, and I never understood if she even felt anything for him at all, even for Gale. Like they make it seem like there's this weird love triangle, but I'm like, I feel like it's just two guys fighting for a girl that doesn't want any of them because it never feels right.
I feel like the like media, I don't know, like probably the Tumblr fans really were just like, we need a new Edward, Jacob, Bella love triangle, so we're gonna do this. Even though, like, it doesn't feel like a love triangle because like we never really feel like she really loves Peta, even by spoilers at the end when they like fucking have kids or a kid, whatever. It still feels like she just did it because that's how she has to like live her life.
Yeah, and
then like Gale, like it feels like Gale really cares about her, but like she didn't feel the same way.
I also don't feel like Gale's relationship is like, I love you, Katniss. I feel like it's more like, I care about you, Katniss, in the way that like you're like, we're all in this together. The world sucks. Like
he gets a little too jealous to be just caring for her, though. I feel like
no, and he does, but I'm like, you should have said something. Like all this time, you couldn't have said anything. There's no one else to fight for her affection. You could have literally said something years ago.
You had years. Who are you fighting against? Bread?
Yeah.
Oh my god! And that's actually a meme in Ace culture. Is that I know
Bread?
You know that like the cake thing is like a meme of like asexuals love cake, but the new version that people are also using now is that asexuals love garlic bread.
But I also love garlic bread.
Is that true, Sarah?
I mean, who doesn't love garlic bread? It's just a thing. It's I don't know how it became a thing. So
Work.
I was all aboard the cake train, and then people also brought in garlic bread, and I'm like, at what point are we just bringing in every food group?
At what point are we just bringing in carbs?
At what point are we just a Cheesecake Factory menu, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, Katniss may or may not be an arrow ace with an arrow.
But at this point, she's pissed. She's pissed and ready to beat the fuck out of little.
She said that he made her look weak, and Haymitch says it made you look desirable. And we can sell this idea of these star-crossed lovers from District 12. So you should be thanking him.
We are not star-crossed lovers.
Again, Peta, kind of a fucker, but kind of really smart. Kind of really smart.
Very smart. He can paint his arm to look like a tree.
Baby, when are you gonna have the time to paint your face? When are you gonna have the time to paint in the wild? When
How did you do that? And
that looked like it took 10 hours.
I used to decorate the cakes at the bakery. That is not what I asked.
Did you decorate the cakes to look like a tree?
That does not answer my question. I said, how the fuck did you do that?
My question is,
the cake.
My question is, how did you do that? But when did you have the time to do this?
It looks like it took 8 hours at least. Like
just for the forearm.
What the fuck?
Just for a glove.
That would be you, Juan, in the Hunger Games. You'd be camouflaging and painting your arm.
I'd just be next to a tree like.
How quickly do you think y'all would die in the Hunger Games? Because I don't think any of us would survive.
You think so?
Been one of the first ones, like how half of them die in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah,
that would have been me.
100%.
I would have accidentally jumped off the platform and exploded.
Too soon.
Before the countdown finished.
Isn't it if you step off early, you die? Like,
yeah.
I probably would have thought I heard it, and then
like,
just
oh god, I'm so nervous. I'm just gonna
I don't think you would have stepped off on purpose. I think you would have slipped. I think you would have accidentally forgotten, stepped forward, and like fell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways, what if you just fucking fling yourself to another person's podium and then you both blow up? Imagine fucking
like the floor is lava.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the platforms, it's time because we're an hour and 7 minutes in, and we are in the arena. The games begin, and immediately 12 people are killed.
Yep.
I love this sequence.
Literal 30 seconds.
This is like, God. We're killing kids in this movie.
Sequence? Oh my god! My heart stopped the first time I saw this. I was like, "Oh shit! This is fucking real."
Because we're seeing kids get. It's insane. Kids are getting slashed. There's when the little kid from like District 4
Oh my
like
god!
comes out from the boxes and then Kato just slashes his throat and I'm like,
When he's like all crouched in, like hiding, like he's a little kid, like a little baby
He's-
boy.
Y'all
He's
should have just
literally-
let him
well,
win because he's a kid.
nah, easiest target.
Oh my
Well,
god!
this no, and I love the fact that there's no music. It's just that weird like
Yes. Oh my god! It gets me every time.
because it feels like anxiety. Like that music feels like anxiety. It's like it's just like it's like your mind is just going blank and you're just running. Like you have blinders on and you're just sprinting to something.
You're just seeing all this carnage, all this blood around you, people dying.
You're trying to get a backpack without getting
That
stabbed.
could be me. That could be me next. Like, what the fuck?
Another thing that they use to kind of give that feeling of anxiety is they use like a shaky camera a lot, and that did
Mhm.
get a lot of flack from critics as well. I forgot about
Oh, don't get me started on the IMDb reviews about the shaky camera.
Well, what do you expect? Do you want it to be steady cam while someone's like sprinting through the woods? This is supposed to be like I get the idea that they wanted this to be like documentary style, like just like go 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 go, like you're just watching a sport. But I kind of like the shaky cam. It works great. It works amazing.
that. But let's talk about when she fell down that hill, because she
ate
kept going.
Shit, that hill went on for days.
She
Well,
was rolling and rolling.
Because we see PETA, he sprints the fuck out of there at the beginning of the bloodbath. So does Foxface. I think
Haymitch told them to.
yeah,
Haymitch said, "Don't go for the cornucopia. It's going to be a bloodbath," and it was.
go get out.
Katniss said, "I'm going to get this backpack."
She said, I need at least a backpack. The only other people that I think we also see doing that is Foxface. Like PETA and Foxface just fucking sprint.
Yeah,
Like, they are out.
That is what I would do if I was into Hungry Games. I would just run the opposite
Oh
direction.
god! Oh god! Get me the fuck out of here! Oh Jesus!
You would run. I think. Okay, here's how we never answered the question how long we would last. Sarah, I think you would run into the force field.
Probably.
I think you would run into the perimeter
I'm
wall.
the Truman Show, like looking for the door.
Yeah.
Sarah's like, how do I get the fuck out of here?
I would like to believe that I would like make it like through the night and then fuck up, like forget that I'm like supposed to be like quiet and start laughing at something stupid or like fart and then
You're watching
immediately get caught.
TikToks.
I'm like this behind a tree.
You're vlogging. Anyways, so then another one down after she falls, we hear the cannon.
Mhm.
So 13 are gone. And then we see at night that Marvel, Glimmer, Clove, and PETA
Mhm.
are all together looking for Katniss.
Because they spot that girl from District 4. I think it's the girl from
They
District 4.
kill somebody.
They kill the because she starts a fire, which Haymitch was like, "Don't fucking start a fire, you'll die instantly."
Yeah. And they're like laughing because she is saying, "Don't kill me." But PETA is giving them information about Katniss. He's like, "Yeah, that was her snare back there."
What a bitch!
no, I thought he was trying to tip people off.
No,
because they asked PETA, "Are you sure she went this way?" And PETA said, "Yeah, that was her snare back there."
And we had just seen Katniss make that snare.
What's a snare?
It's like it's a trap where if you step on it, it triggers like a. Whoosh.
Oh, okay. I'm like, a drum?
To catch a.
She brought her drum set? So then the next day we see the forest fire that is started by the game maker and all those people. What kind of technology?
Literally, they like put their hands out and go.
And it becomes real?
Some shit, and it turns. It becomes reality.
It's crazy to know like how future technology works in this book because they can genetically modify anything. Apparently, they can just make anything. Like they just fucking poof. It's magic.
Yeah. Oh, we will get there when we get to the
animals,
the mutes.
So obviously we have Katniss running away from all that, almost
gets hit
dying by a fireball.
Fireball.
And then we see that group trying to kill Katniss because she's up in the tree, and he convinces them to wait until she comes down for food eventually. So then they go to sleep.
They go little mimis.
Honk shoe me 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 me. And then day 3, it's in the morning. The group is still asleep, and Rue is up in another tree.
What a
She's so
fucking
quirky.
legend.
She's saying,
Yeah, she's pointing at the Tracker Jacker nest, being like, "Yo, fuck them up." And then so Katniss cuts it off, gets stung a little while doing it, but
right in the neck, those Tracker Jackers.
it falls down, and they all get attacked. And I laughed and laughed. It's so funny.
For the longest time, I was always like, how did the careers not come back and just kill Katniss? Like, obviously she came back down, but then I remembered they're all on drugs. Like, they're all like, ooh,
Yeah, they got stung the fuck up, and Glimmer got fucked the fuck up. They like lifted her up and stung the fuck out of her.
Started levitating.
They lifted her off the ground with their little wings.
So
Isn't
then Katniss ends up taking Glimmer's bow.
Because Glimmer, I guess Glimmer also knew how to shoot arrows, but like wasn't that great at it.
Not good.
Not great. I remember in the books though, I think Glimmer had the bow around herself like this, like a backpack, and I think Katniss was like, I don't know if I hallucinated or not, but she basically pulled it through her whole fucking body. I can't remember if that's true or not. But
how would that happen?
I don't know. In the books, they made it seem like the Tracker Jackers fucked her up so much that her fucking body just became brittle and she just broke.
Interesting. Well, so then, Caesar is talking about how the Tracker Jackers give you like hallucinations. I do remember seeing this in theaters, and when PETA comes up and it's like, Katniss, run, and it's all blurry. I feel like people were laughing at that. There were just like a couple moments in this movie I was like, I feel like I remember people laughing at this.
Okay, but how many people, if this were real, how many people do you think would actually have like a Tracker Jacker nest and be like, guys, you guys want to get fucked up tonight? And they get just that one, and then like,
if it's that painful though,
bitch, I would.
Sarah, people do heroin.
Would they be selling Tracker Jackers just for this? Yeah, probably.
Or Tracker Jacker venom, just like, hey yo, get a little bit, and
when it's done.
But then it takes her back to the worst moment of her life. She hallucinates about her dad, the mine shaft collapsing.
She goes through ego death, catatonic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
And then when she wakes up, she finds Rue near her, and Rue says that she slept for a couple of days.
Bitch.
Rue a couple alive for a couple days. And changed her bandages.
I love that. I love when she wakes up and she's in a full Poison Ivy cosplay.
And Rue says 2 more are dead, but they stay together for the night, and then the next day they split up. They're like, okay, we'll see each other at supper, and then
because Rue tells them that they have all their food in like this weird pyramid.
Yeah. So Katniss is like, I'm gonna go get it.
They're gonna set a trap.
And then this is where the iconic Mockingjay signal was born.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Someone whistle.
Rue says, listen to this.
That was as close as I could do.
Sarah and I are Peppa Pig. We can't do it. Michelle, it's on you.
I just did it. Did you hear it?
Do it again.
I think it's noise gated.
The noise gated.
Oh.
Let me try.
It's noise gating. Mine just came up and said reducing noise.
I just can't whistle.
Hold on. Let me turn these headphones off real quick.
Can I even whistle?
Ooh, this sounds awful. Oh, fuck.
They're trying to whistle.
My lips are so dry. Did you hear it?
And we can't hear any of it. Great.
And you're like lagging so hard. It's literally the worst.
God damn it.
Anyways, then we have Kato and the group in the middle of the arena with their supplies, and we see a girl steal some supplies. Is that Foxface?
That's Foxface.
Fuckface.
That's that little Fuckface. And we realize we realized that they kept one of the tributes from District 3, which is the technology district, to be able to dig up the bombs and put them over their shit. So if anyone came to try to steal them, they would blow the fuck up.
But it's like obvious that there's landmines there. It's like, why would I step on a pile of dirt? Even if I'm like out in a backyard and there's a pile of dirt, I'm not gonna step on it.
I think they made it look like there's a bunch of mounds and some of them are bombs and some of them aren't. So it's like deceitful where it is.
But either way, I'm
Fox
not gonna step on
figures
one.
it out because she steps
Because she's what?
from spot to spot,
Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
She's an intellectual.
And then Katniss shoots the bag of apples, which sets off the landmines and makes big boom.
big
And
boom.
we see Kato just fucking grab
Oh my
that
God.
District 3 blade and just snap.
Kills him.
Yes, Kato kills the kid who was guarding the supplies. He snaps his neck. And then when we get back to Rue, we see that she is caught in a net. And Marvel is they throw a knife at her or shoot her with something?
Marvel throws
It's
a lance because
spear.
Marvel's whole weapon of choice is spears or lances, like whatever he can
Yes.
chuck.
So Jack Quaid, you son of a bitch.
That's Wade killed Rue.
He kills Rue and Katniss shoots him. And she's like, "Did you blow up the food? Good, you have to win."
And this
And
is
she
the only
dies.
person that Katniss like kills directly.
Yeah,
Except-
because
well,
he
I
killed
guess
her.
he kills the person at the end, but that's a
But like
mercy
that's
killing.
that's a mercy kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is when Katniss Everdeen, the girl on fire, starts the LA riots.
Oh
She
my
started
God,
an
this
uprising
scene. This
in
scene when
District 11. A
everybody
revolt.
in District 11 watching and holding up their. Oh my God! And then they start revolting against the government and the peacekeepers and breaking shit and just fucking going buck wild. This scene gets me every fucking time.
It's so good. It's so because you see all these people
It's so good.
you see these people being sentimental to what's happening, and you see like one of the guys is just like, I'm over this. Like
I
I'm
assumed
done.
that was her dad. Is that?
I thought that was her dad too.
I thought we were. It was implied
I
that.
always
Well-
thought that it was her dad because then he's not in the next movie, so like he probably got killed. But
Well, what I think I remember this from the books, but I think they take all of her family and publicly execute them.
Why?
Like
but
Rue's
they're in the
family.
next. But they're in the next movie.
Are they?
But why?
Yeah.
Oh, I just remember it's that somebody from like people from District 11 got publicly executed, and I think it was an old man.
For
One of the-
starting. No, that was in the second one when he got shot in the head
Yes.
because he
yes.
did the salute to them.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Okay, never mind. I'm getting mixed up.
So then Seneca Crane wants to kill Katniss. But Haymitch is saying like, no, you're gonna give the viewers the love story. Like you gotta
You're gonna-
keep her.
If you kill her, you'll just be making a martyr.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because
Like-
Haymitch basically is telling him like, if you kill her, not only will the people from other districts, but the people at the Capitol will be fucking mad.
Yeah. This is the moment when the people revolt. Like that's the first thing that Katniss does. Is she's like, I might be stuck in this fucking game, but I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna show people that I'm not cool with this. This is fucked up.
And Roger Ebert didn't understand any of it.
And Roger Ebert just shit all over it. Because he's fucking old.
He said it should have commented on society more.
It should have been like,
Even though this little black girl died
Oh my
and
the
the
God.
people revolted.
and now
the
we have a
people-
white savior.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, white savior complex.
So then there's an announcement that 2 victors may be crowned from the same district. We can crown
If-
2 of you if you're from the
If you're
same
from
district.
the same district.
So we got Katniss and Pina, and we also have
Yeah.
Kato and
And the
Whoa.
other one. And the other one. So
Whoa,
Katniss searches for
correct.
Peeta.
Making a pizza. I'm cracking open a cold one, baby.
With the boys.
Oh my god.
Katniss searches for Peeta and she
The
finds
dogs.
him and he is cosplaying as a
As a
rock.
rock.
He's truly camouflaged. How did he do
Looking
this?
like Groot.
He just covered himself in mud and like his face.
Yeah,
in the
I
in
remember
the,
people laughing in the theater at that too, because it is.
Yeah, people did laugh at that, and to be
in the
honest, they
book they
should.
describe it as like he's covered in mud and like detritus, but in the movie they literally make him look like he's a fucking boulder. Like he is
He
just
is
one
the
with the
boulder.
he has become a rock. He is
And
the
you just see
thing.
his eyes, and he reached out his hand. And he goes, "Katniss."
Doesn't he grab her ankle?
Yeah,
Yes.
to stop her because she's like, "Where the fuck is this bitch?"
Like, do you know
Um, we find out that his leg is fucked, and then
And in the book, he
she's
does get his leg amputated.
she's thank you. She's tending to his wounds. She kisses him on the cheek, and we see that Gale sees this.
And then this is when
Gale, oh my
this is when
god.
me at my TV yelled, "Now suck his fat cock."
What?
Of
You don't
course
think the
he
people,
did.
you don't think the people at the Capitol would love to see? Well, it'd be child porn. Actually, never mind.
And then
Okay, but how did they get all these teenagers together and nobody fucked on camera? There's no way.
well, also
Because
I
the
was,
cameras
way.
would cut. They would
when
go.
I was looking at Letterboxd reviews as well, and I was seeing someone said like, "You're telling me all these teens were in this arena together, and like no one was cursing?"
No one was sucking, no one was fucking,
No one was saying anything bad.
no one said the
Mm-mm.
F word.
No
like,
sinners.
There's no way.
Rina
But
Sawayama did not attend the concert at the arena.
Hey Mitch sends a note to Katniss that says, "You call that a kiss?"
He sends them soup.
He says,
her-
"Fucking girl."
They have a romantic soup dinner.
Her being her arrow ace self said, "You tell me I gotta fucking kiss this bitch on the lips?"
I got
I gotta do what?
you
Um,
sung.
So that they're talking about when he tossed bread to her in the rain, when he first saw her in school.
Oh my god!
And
All of
it's like
When he burned the bread on purpose so that he could throw it to her. And
And
she
he-
said that's the first food that my family had eaten in days.
and we're like,
Did she say
"Oh,
that in the
he
book?
really loves her. Like he's really been into her for a long time and she just does not care."
She doesn't know who the fuck this man is.
again, I would have never thought. I would have never thought or believed.
And then there's another announcement that there is a feast tomorrow at the cornucopia where every district needs something, and it will be there at the cornucopia, and you got to go get it. And so she's like, "Oh, it's gonna be your medicine for your fucked up leg, and I'll go get it." And he says, "No,
No, don't do that.
don't die. You're so
leave
sexy."
me.
Ah. And then she kisses him for realsies.
And the audience are
A
livid.
wet
And
one.
Gail is sad. And
Gail leaves. He goes and sits out in the fucking field or whatever.
Again, I'm like, Gail, shut up.
so she ends up staying, but then just kidding, she wakes up later and goes and grabs the medicine. And she is attacked by little orphan.
Hello, by little Clover.
Orphan.
And this is the start of the movie where I start to go, no, we're missing this. No, I need to see this. No, the book said that.
Really? Because this is literally the part where I wrote down there's still 20 minutes left.
No, Bessies. No.
No. Sarah, you're wrong. No.
I wanted this to go on forever.
I wanted this movie to never fucking end.
What is wrong with you guys?
That's why I watch all 4 movies. When I watch one movie, I have to watch all 4 movies.
Are you gonna watch all of them now?
I have them all on Amazon Prime.
Damn.
I made my dad.
Yeah, Michelle also
dad
texted
buy
me
them.
saying that their DVD wouldn't play on their Playstation.
No, wait, what?
My PlayStation said you need to connect to the internet and add this app or something, and I said, "This is a PlayStation. This is a DVD. You will play the DVD."
Michelle, you have a
Fucking
PS4, right?
Yeah.
That's really weird because when I first moved into this house, I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I relied on my DVDs and my PS4, and it didn't ask me for any of that.
It said you need to connect to the internet and add playback capabilities or whatever the fuck. And I said, "Oh." And then
Well,
I
you
had
better get
get
to it
Amazon
now.
Prime. Do you guys hear the dogs barking?
Is that Sally?
It's Sally and my roommate's dog Luna.
I thought you were getting
Um,
attacked by coyotes.
I thought you were
It's a
getting attacked by
Chihuahua.
Clove, like
It's a
Katniss in
Chihuahua.
this movie.
Oh yes.
So she's attacked, and then Thresh ends up saving her, and he says, "Just this one time, 12 for Rue."
And let me tell you,
because Clone
the
says, "Oh, you couldn't save your little friend Rue. We killed her." She's like giving her fucking villain monologue.
She's giving Bellatrix Lestrange.
in front of the Weasley mother, yeah,
Yeah, I killed Sirius Black. It's like, just stop.
just relax, do it, kill someone, bitch.
Shut the fuck up, orphan.
Like literally, Clove could have killed Katniss at least 3 times in this entire
she
thing,
wasn't-
but she had to do her whole bit. She had to do her top, her.
She had to do her type 5.
Her super her super
Villain
villain
monologue.
Joker arc.
They got her monologuing, but no, I love when Thresh literally just fucking picks her up and slams her against the cornucopia.
Yeah.
In the
He says,
book,
"You killed Rue. You killed Rue," and she's like, "No, Kato, help!"
yeah, she goes, no, it could not have been me, Kato.
No.
When I tell you,
Myrtle.
when I tell you in the book, Thresh fucks this bitch the fuck up because when they describe it in the book, they describe it as like her face getting like her face is like twisted, fucked up, and beaten. Like, and in this one, she's just a ragdoll
She lays down
and goes to sleep.
Then we have Katniss giving Peeta his medicine, and in the morning we see that it's like almost fully healed, and he's like, "Whoa,
I don't need to get my leg amputated.
I don't need to get a prosthetic leg."
I'm really mad.
Because someone at the end of Catching Fire, like, I know Joanna is like no hair. Aren't people like fucked up? Like, does he not get a leg cut off or something in that when they're in that like surgical looking room?
No.
I feel like someone gets like some sort of limb gone.
What, like there's just like a paraplegic person there?
Yeah.
Well, no,
he does. I think he loses his.
I just remember that scene of Joanna, and then I assume there was other people like them.
No, I vaguely
loses an
recall something
arm.
like that too, Sarah, but I don't know what it is.
I'm just such a Jenna Malone stan that I like really remember Joanna Mason scenes from like Catching Fire, and I know at the beginning of the first Mockingjay we see like that where the end of Catching Fire was where she's like hair gone, she's fucking pissed.
Oh no. There's one of the camera people is a paraplegic. I think they're missing an arm. Like one of the people
he's
that follow her around.
mute. He's Avox. He had his tongue cut out.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you, like, the Avoxes are the people in red, right?
Yeah, they're like the servants that are just in the background. Like, you can see them in the background, but I don't think you would really notice them unless you were like looking.
Or read the books and knew what to look for.
Yeah.
We have Thresh, Kato, and Foxface. They're the ones that are still left. But then, just kidding, because now Foxface is gone because she ate the berries. Yes.
Yeah, because Peeta is gathering the berries, and Katniss is like, "You'll be dead in a minute. What the fuck are you doing?"
I was so scared for you, Peeta.
She said, "I heard the cannon. I was so scared."
And then the game maker puts in an animal.
The mutes. Now let's talk about these bitches. The capital is apparently so advanced that they're able to genetically modify anything. And in the books, the mutes sound disgusting. Because
yes.
Because
they're made out of the corpses and the DNA of the dead tribute.
Yum.
In the books, they describe them as like having like the eyes of all the old tributes. And then correct me if I'm wrong,
dog, half mutant dog.
They can talk, right? Like they sound like the tributes.
I feel like they did.
Yes,
like, they were like.
I remember that.
They were
okay.
I feel like I remember that because like they could use that to their like the game makers could use that to their advantage of like, oh, this sounds like Rue or like
Like
the
fucking
other.
psychological shit.
Okay, cool. So I wasn't just imagining that. Thank you, everybody.
I feel like that's true because it's striking a chord, and it's probably similar to like how in Airy Otter they like couldn't change the or like they changed the voices for. They probably just didn't want to be too confusing. Is probably what it was.
Yeah, because Katniss in the book, it's told from Katniss's perspective, and she like goes in on the details. Like,
mhm.
but
We're
in
like,
the
get it.
movie, how are you going to be like, oh, that dog has the same eyes as Thresh or whatever? Or
Yeah.
I guess they could have just like paused like on a mute while she looks at it, or like it's like approaching her as opposed to being a jump scare. Like and her like realizing like and then kind of showing like a flashback of Rue. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, now someone's a filmmaker.
I don't I got a degree too.
Okay. So then that animal, the mute,
How
takes out Thresh.
shut up.
Oh, his camera died.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you throwing up again?
guys, I'm throwing up.
Okay, so Juan's 4K fucking camera died, so now he's on his crunchy laptop cam like me.
No.
Okay, so Thresh is killed by that little animal guy, the little fluffy guy.
Mhm.
And then
Little
more of them come while they're chasing Peeta and Katniss.
Yes, because they have how many kids dead at this point? At least 21. They have at least 21 mutes that they can use.
And then they climb to the top of the cornucopia to escape the little doggies.
But
And-
who is there?
And
Ooh.
thought you seen the last of me, bitch. It's Kato.
It's Kato. Kato
grabs
without
Peeta.
Peeta. I kind of get mad at this part in the movie because I hate to be one of those people like in the book they did, but in the book, the thing that Kato was offered was a suit of armor. Do you remember this, Michelle? Or Sarah?
Yes! And
Like
that's
the-
why the dogs couldn't kill him.
Yes. So in the book, Katniss got medicine. Foxface got who the fuck knows what she got. Thresh hair dye.
To keep her red hair intact.
A fox
Rude.
mask. I think Thresh got weaponry. I think he got some weapons, and then Kato got like a suit of armor because they were like, give him whatever we got to make him the winner, basically. And so when they see him, he's like fucking jacked on this fucking weird mesh armor thing that he used. Because I think it was also him that killed Thresh, because Kato runs into this like weird wooded, like tall grass area thing that Thresh was hiding in, and they fight it out. Who knows? But I remember Kato having the suit of armor, which always kind of got me upset during the movie because I'm like, I wanted to see what that would look like.
But we didn't have
What?
time for that
What year did you read that book?
I was in high school.
yesterday.
Because how do you remember all of this?
I know.
I was a senior in high school because I read it. I read it either before the movie came out or right after the movie came out.
I don't remember what happened in the book I just read earlier this week. Like,
He also
The
said he's
detail.
only read like 3 books, so it's
Yeah.
not a lot for him to remember.
My recollection of the books that I have read is immaculate, but but like anything
Yeah.
else, no.
He can dictate them to a recorder in a courtroom.
Mhm.
into the dictaphone.
What?
The
So they're all up there. Yeah, Kato grabs Peeta, and then he has his whole thing where he's like, I was always meant to die anyway, blah blah blah.
I just didn't know it
Just
until now.
Just kill me, then, or
Yeah.
just shoot me, and then I'll fall down and with Peeta, and then we'll both die.
And you'll win. And then
His speech is like, oh my god, because they fucked these kids up too. Just because he's the villain of this, like he's in the same situation as Peeta and Katniss. Like he was just raised from birth to do this and to sacrifice his life for the capital's amusement.
Yeah, it's not like any of these kids went in here and been like, I'm gonna kill so many kids and win. I mean, probably some kids did. I think Clove did.
They
but
want to win, but it's not like he's like Yes, I love murdering people. This is all I've ever wanted.
I think
Like
the
all
only
he's ever
person
wanted is to win, but
because that's what he's supposed to do. I think Clove is the only sociopath here because there is that scene earlier where she's throwing daggers at that lizard that's already kind of fucked up with a couple
yes.
daggers in it.
And that makes sense because her background is that she was an orphan at an
Who
orphanage.
killed? And
Who was evil.
she's actually not even her age. She's like 40 something.
She has dwarfism. She's not even supposed to be in the arena.
So Katniss ends up shooting Kato's hand
Because PETA goes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that he drops PETA and falls, and he's
PETA!
eaten. He is eaten, and then Katniss shoots him to put him out of his misery.
Because
So
the
he's not
dogs
just
are
being torn
ripping
apart.
him apart.
Because he's in pain, but he's not being killed because of the armor that he's supposed to have on.
He has his fucking suit of armor.
His invisible suit of armor. So then
Mhm.
Ain't that God?
it's them. They should be the winners, right? But
The dogs disappear and the sun comes up.
yes.
Because they can just gru, 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 and turn it up and down however
Yeah.
they like.
Like you're at the science center and you can control the weather with that ball.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know Arizona Science Center. Shout out.
We know her.
And announcement. There's been a rule change.
Again.
Just kidding about what we said last time. For reals, this time
This is
only one of you will live.
This is that kid that you would fight, that you would play Yu-Gi-Oh against, and they're like, we can't use this trap card. Actually, I lied. We can use this trap card, and I have it.
It's the kids that
Yeah,
I saw this literally the other day at work. It's the kids that go like, okay, wait, I'm on timeout, so you can't tag me. And then everyone walks away. Okay, I'm back in. It's that.
Yeah, it's very that. It's reading very much the kid who thinks he can just make the rules up as he goes along.
Little
Yes.
fucking bitch ass Seneca.
So then they decide, well, PETA says like, kill me, like you should win. You need to win.
He
This
says
is
they
some
have
Rick
to
and Morty.
have their victor, and Candace says, no, they don't.
And so
Not.
they're both gonna eat
Whoa!
these berries so that there will be no winner.
And I scream every time they go,
Die.
stop, stop.
I know. So
And they go,
yes,
it's
right
like
as they're
going,
about
I'm
to
kidding,
eat
I'm
it,
kidding.
right as they're about to eat it, they're like, "No, we were just kidding. You guys can both win."
It's that kid that's like, yeah, I want to fucking fight you. Let's fight. And then someone like starts throwing hands. They're like, wait, no, I was kidding. No, I lied. No, I'm joking.
It
and
was
then-
just a goof
That meme of just like nervous laughing from Beep.
from Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah. So they yell stop and they say, "Congratulations, you are both the victors of the 74th annual Hunger Games."
And that is how Katniss started a fucking revolution. She defied them. She said, I'm not going to play your fucking game. You might have trapped me here, but I'm not going to play your fucking game because I'm 10 steps ahead of you. You're playing checkers. I'm playing chess, bitch.
She's not even
This
playing
is
chess. She's Queen's Gambit. She's going, oh, she can see
She's
the pieces
seeing the
moving.
shit on the ceiling.
She's taking the horse tranquilizer. She's taking the horse tranquilizers.
She has one girl. If one teenage girl can throw a wrench in this fucking delicate ecosystem, and she spawned the whole next series of movies and books, and like the whole thing came crumbling down just because.
And that's why Greta Thunberg is our Katniss Everdeen.
She
She's
is.
so brave.
She is what some may call a one girl revolution.
Mhm.
She's a
She
girl
is a
on
one girl
fire. Oh my
revolution.
She's iconic,
God. I'm crying.
and she
Hey,
is the
Google,
moment.
play one girl no, sorry, no.
Um,
That girl
So-
by Murs. Sure. Bang on Spotify.
Hey Google, please stop.
what did it start playing? One Girl by Justin Bieber.
That girl by something Mars.
Oh, okay. So then so they win, and then we have Haymitch saying like they're not going to be happy with you because you fucking showed them up.
But what are you gonna do? They're the ones over here like there can be two winners. Actually, just kidding. There can only be one still.
If y'all are
Yeah,
gonna play some
Seneca.
games, I'm gonna play some games.
Seneca Crane fucked up, and that's
You play
why
your-
he gets murdered.
Well, he
It's-
murders himself.
It suggested that he passed
He
away.
got Jeffrey Epstein.
No, he didn't. He didn't get suggested. He Jeffrey Epsteined. Yep, that's true.
Yes, he gets brought to a room, locked in
up.
there with the bowl of berries.
Mm.
And we, as the viewer, understand what that means. Also, I love that. I've always
His
loved
beard.
his beard, and it's his real beard. It's not fake or
Wow.
anything. So I thought that was
God, what a-
cool.
It's
That man can grow a
great.
thick ass beard if he
Yeah.
can design it to look like that.
And I do know
What?
that.
Do that to yours.
Do you see how patchy this is?
You could
I
do
look like
it.
Patchy the fucking pirate. I could never.
Um,
It's not as thick as I wish it could be.
also about Seneca, I know Seneca isn't in the books as much, so that's why they intercut all those scenes of Seneca talking to Snow, so they could really get the background on
Mm-hmm.
the games and Seneca,
Yeah.
President Snow, how
And
the
then
games
being
are
in the
run.
game room and like doing the.
Mhm.
Lightsaber.
Yes, playing Fruit Ninja. And then we have Haymitch saying that Katniss should tell the people that she'd rather die than live without Peeta, that's why this was why it went down that way. He said,
Like-
he said, I just need you to act straight for 2 seconds.
You really need to
Please.
get into this role. You need to. You weren't trying to trick the Capitol. You were just madly in love.
You're two crazy teens. You're two crazy.
not-
You're Romeo and
You're not
Juliet.
trying to start a revolution. You were just in love with Peeta, and you wanted to live or die.
You just
You're-
can't wait to
yeah.
go back home and suck his dick.
You're not
just
yeah,
really
you're
want
not
it.
you're not an asexual riot girl. You're just trying to have a heterosexual relationship with this man. God, I love that man of mine. From Beetlejuice.
I'm like,
Oh, I love that man of
man of
mine.
mine. I'm of sound
then-
mind and body.
Yeah. So then we have President Snow crowning them as victors, and he goes, "That's a nice pin." And she says, "It's from my district, bitch."
A fucking Mockingjay.
I will
And I
suck
bet
your.
President Snow hates Mockingjays because of what happened in the prequel.
What happened to the
Oh.
prequel? Enlighten
You
me.
need to read it.
Oh my god.
He didn't even read the third. How's he? You think he's gonna read the prequel?
Yeah, you think I'm gonna read the prequel about this capitalist swine?
It is. Is it as long as the other ones, or is it like a Magic Treehouse book where it's like a quick read?
Or can I just wait until like
no, it's not that short.
it's his dark material and I can just watch it on
okay,
HBO
it's not
Max?
super long.
Who reads the
Hmm.
audiobook? Maybe you can just listen to that.
Okay, I got the hardcover.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
open up-
pretty fucking big.
Yeah, that's
It's not that big.
I-
Came with
I-
a bookmark.
oh my god. Okay, open it up to the page.
Oh, it's 517 pages long.
Okay, open
is
it up to the page and read the thing.
What
Read
the
the thing.
You want me to read
The book of the
whole section about the Mockingjay?
Yes, or just summarize it. Give me
He
the
worked with the
synopsis.
Mockingjays. He like worked with the birds or whatever, and then
Great.
a lot of stuff. A lot of shit happened.
Okay. Well, we'll see
Oh,
next
God.
year when the show comes out.
We'll see. We'll talk about it.
And then we have Katniss and Peeta as they are returning to their district, talking about like what they're gonna do now. And she's like, "I guess we try to forget." And he says, "I don't want to forget." Too bad.
Work.
Peter.
Well,
Peter.
Sadie,
Okay.
that's just too bad.
You're never gonna get
Sorry.
it. You're never gonna get to forget. You're never gonna get to remember because they fuck your brain up and they traumatize her ass.
So they return to their district, and we see the family members, Gail, the mom.
He's not family.
I know. I
Gail
meant the
is
family members and
basically
Gail.
family. Gail's
And
basically
then-
family.
And then the last scene, the last shot is President Snow watching them as they are returning to their district on the screen, and he looks angry and walks away.
Walk away.
Walk Away by Kelly Clarkson. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the movie. Let's get into some IMDb reviews.
IMDb.
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 Oh, the best movie in the whole fucking world.
Wow.
I dropped my remote. Okay.
You're drunk.
I
You're
think
high.
You're hot.
Not this time.
Beers. Okay. Before I read, okay. Before I read all, not all. Before I read the review, I want to just read some titles of some reviews.
Mhm.
Okay, so not even the review. Got it.
Okay.
But sometimes the titles are funny.
I have several titles to read. Battle Royale with Cheese, Battle Royale Light, Addressing Concerns of Violence, and Battle Royale. I loved Battle Royale. The American Battle Royale? I think not. An American Battle Royale. Well, it's no Battle Royale. Not quite the Battle Royale. Rip off. Not quite Battle Royale. Watch Battle Royale instead. Not as good as Battle Royale. How did this get 8.2 stars? Battle Royale was better. Battle Royale made by Hollywood. An American version of Battle Royale. Battle Royale minus humor.
I can't believe Quentin Tarantino would take the time to make 20 IMDb accounts and write 20 separate reviews saying it's Battle Royale.
This
These
sounds like the titles of like you know those fake DVDs
Mm-hmm.
of like those knockoff movies.
Well, instead
This
of like
sounds-
Happy Feet, it's like Silly Toes.
this, this sounds like a list of just a bunch of those.
Oh,
Love that.
people. These people have no class. Okay, I need to find their actual. Okay, this is a 1-star review by Henrik Olaf Erik Nilsson. $78 million of manure. I was so bored at some points during this movie that I started to play games on my phone. It's so predictable and cliched that I don't even have to write any spoilers. You will figure out the entire plot out, at least 10 minutes in advance throughout the whole movie. The story, illogical and dreadful. The acting, just painful. The special effects budget is spent on the wrong scenes and feels wasted. The humor? None whatsoever. It's not really a funny movie.
It's not supposed to be funny.
Yeah, I really don't think that this is a comedy.
It's a murder movie. Okay.
And we were also like, it's, you know, sometimes when things are that dark, you kind of need a laugh every now and then. That's why we laugh at PETA being a rock. That's why we laugh at when PETA is, you know, like, Cadmus, you need to run. Yeah.
That's why we laugh at PETA. And we laugh at Effie saying, "That's mahogany."
Mahogany.
Okay. Back to the review. It is also very clear that they put a whole team of cultural Marxists in charge of the production.
Not
You have the multicultural towns being oppressed by the white-only bad people. You have not one but 3 exclamation point hero black people, one with a sexy touch.
Who's
3
that?
black people?
Wait,
3 black people? Is that?
wait, what?
Who has a sexy touch?
What was that about?
I'm thinking Cinna is the sexy one.
Oh, he's sexy. I'll say that for sure. He sure is.
It also fails as a love story since the main character gets emotionally gangbanged.
What?
I don't know what that
When?
means. I don't know what that means. In
I don't like this
summary,
review.
Painful. This person,
This person is a racist, a misogynist.
a fucking psychopath.
3 black people. This must have been Quentin Tarantino.
We found his account. What is it? What's it called? What's the account?
Henrik Olaf Erik Nielsen.
That's it. And that's it. If you move the letters around,
It's an anagram.
it's an anagram. It says, "I am Quentin Tarantino."
And that review was written August 6, 2012. So I guess the same year. Okay, this was written. When did this movie come out?
March 2012.
Oh, you've asked that at least 3 times.
Okay, but this next review was written the 21st of February, 2012.
Maybe they saw a sneak preview.
Oh, you know what? They did. It says in the review, actually. Okay, this is 10 out of 10 stars by Jose Andres. And I looked at this person's profile just because I was so curious. And they seem to be a 15-year-old boy at the time of writing this.
Work.
Okay, you may not believe me or even call me a simple liar, but I was brought by some friends of mine to a special screening of The Hunger Games, and an almost hidden Mondoplex here in Hawaii. I read the books and I saw the trailer. I thought it looked a little boring, but then I saw the movie. To be honest, I wanted to see it twice. It is
Oh my
certainly the
God.
second best movie I've seen in my life. This is why I looked at their profile to find out what the first best movie was, but they
Mhm.
didn't.
You went to go look and be like, is this person hot? Are they dateable? Will they like me? What are
They
their stats, height,
they
weight? What
also
are you?
reviewed. He reviewed all of the Twilight movies and
And the Mortal
some other
Instruments City of
some
God.
other movies.
Every
He's the only
wild
person that saw Aragon.
The acting was superb, realistic, and meagerly emotional. The fights were ha ha, super violent and action packed. And I'll tell you, there will be blood. Yet, this is an awesome movie with lots of special effects and lots of combat sequences that just kept me on the border of my seat. Really, 9.9 out of 10. It is really 142 minutes long, but you will be unprepared for this masterpiece and you will be entertained whatsoever. Hmm. We literally have a simple winner. The Hunger Games, written in all caps. It's one of the most irresistible, epic, beautiful, suspenseful, and iconic masterpieces that will surely not let you down in any point. Instead of watching another cheesy vampire human romance and investing money on the same old crap of the usuality, go
Ooh.
for this. 10 out of 10.
We're throwing
Okay.
hands, ladies. We're throwing hands.
I wonder what they were talking about. I did grab a couple Letterboxd reviews just because I thought they were funny. Someone said PETA cosplaying as a rock will never not be funny to me. It has been 7 years since this movie was released and 11 years since the book was published, and here I am still laughing at how Katniss and PETA's ship name is fucking penis.
Oh,
True.
no.
Kato and his minions were literally just Team 10. That's for my YouTube fans out there. Team 10, Jake Paul.
Oh, gross.
Because
No.
he also does kind of look like Jake Paul.
He does.
Don't put that on him. Do not put that on him.
Oh, he does. That's sad.
Someone said Cinna has big English teacher energy.
Yeah,
With his
and
fucking cardigans.
Well, just like, you know, how all queer people tended to like really like their English teachers. I would come out to Cinna.
I also
Oh,
did love my
yeah.
English teacher.
With his earrings? Oh my god.
And then the last thing is someone said, remember when we all thought that is mahogany was the funniest thing we'd ever heard? Yeah, 2012 was truly a simpler time.
And it still could be. And it still could be.
If we
Let's
bring it
bring
back.
back
We're
in
bringing it back.
2023. In 2023, we are bringing back It Is Mahogany.
We are okay. I'm gonna say that at least 10 times during Thanksgiving. You guys need to pledge to the same.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm going to say that shit at work. That art piece, if someone touches it, I'm going to go, that is mahogany. Do not touch the artwork.
And then we do have one tweet from Jared who said, these movies and books had a hold on me in the early 2010s. Honestly, my socialist awakening. The books are
Yes.
definitely a bit better than the movies, in my opinion, but I still love them to this day.
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
Wig
They
and work.
probably were the socialist awakening for a lot of us.
Truly. Oh my god. Whenever I watch when they blow up the dam. Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh my God.
I definitely remember that.
You have no idea.
Is that in the third one?
Sarah does not know what is happening.
I think it is in the. Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's the
I think
thing
it is in the
is
third one.
I liked this one, Catching Fire. Again, I'm a little like Joanne. I'm a little Jenna Malone stan, so I loved Catching Fire with Joanna Mason in it. And then Mockingjay Part
Boring.
1 and 2. I thought this is just Katniss walking around on gravel for 2 hours. This is kind of boring.
The first one, the first one, like every other first of like this is a two-parter again because Gary Gardner did it first.
Ari Otter did it Like, I know a lot of people think that one was boring too, but like that's like my favorite one.
Oh
And
my
I guess
god. The one when
I'm
they're
a
fucking
weenie.
walking around London. I wanted to
Yes.
kill myself. I wanted to kill myself.
But no, they do it so beautifully in that movie.
No.
The
You guys
way
are
it's
walking around going, scone?
okay.
Scone?
Well, all right.
Hello. Have you seen a wizard around here?
Truly. I think the most boring first parter of a movie ever, don't come for me, Natalie, is Breaking Dawn Part 1. That shit is, it's just 20 straight minutes of Bella and Edward fucking in the ocean.
Oh.
In the ocean.
They like literally fuck on the beach and then go into the thing and rock the bed so hard that shit explodes.
Is that real?
Yes, they break the bed. They fuck the bed.
I don't
They
think
fuck
I
the bed
saw
till it
that.
breaks.
Okay. Okay, well anyways, what are our final thoughts on this movie and what would we give it out of 5 stars?
Iconic. Masterpiece. Greatest movie ever made. 10 out of 10. 10
Okay,
out
I
of
said,
5.
I said out of 5, but okay.
I would give it a solid. You know what? This movie is actually one beautifully made. Like it looks gorgeous.
The cinematography.
The cinnamon, looks great. I think the casting, knowing that the writer of the book was like, yeah, I want you to do this. Like I think it speaks volumes because it does fit with the idea. Do I wish more stuff from the books were in this first one? Yes, because by the third one I was just entertained because I didn't read the books. But I think the second one did a better job at putting a little bit more of those details in there from the book that made it kind of special. I dead ass 4.2. Like it's great. It's a great movie. But it could have been perfect with a little bit more details. I'm just saying give me the armor. I wanted to see the armor and I wanted to see Clove eat the fuck up against the rock.
Well, it's PG-13, so
I wanted rated.
only so much can get past the censors. I'm gonna give it an 11 because that's what Seneca gives Katniss at the evaluation.
An 11.
I'm just kidding though. So I'm gonna give it. Okay, I wrote down 3.5. I'll give it 4. However, it gets no higher than that. It has the potential to be a 4.5, but for me, it is too long, and that's why it's gonna stay at a 4. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Sarah is an hour and a half kind of person.
Yes.
You are an hour and a half. Hour 45 max.
Well, I'm an hour and I love an hour and a half movie. It's like, ooh, easy breezy, beautiful, baby. But if it's 2 hours for like all of these big saga movies, like series, I get it. When they go past it, I just get a little tired. I'm like, can we pick it up? Why are these movies over 2 hours?
Sarah
And I
does
do
have a
feel
bedtime.
I do feel like they could have cut a lot of stuff in the maybe not a lot, but a little bit. This could have been at least 5 minutes shaved off of like
I think they could have
beginning.
added an extra 45.
I think
Stop
it should have
it.
been 3 hours at least.
Well, we'll see how long the other ones are because I don't remember.
I'm
And
probably
they
gonna
have
watch the
different
second one
directors.
after this.
I feel
Is
like
it
Kathy
different
Bates in
directors?
Misery when she goes in the cock-a-doodie car.
Yeah, because Gary Ross directed this one. And he also made like Pleasantville and Ocean's 8. And then Francis Lawrence did Catching Fire for sure, and I think he did Mockingjay.
Both or one?
I
Or
don't
two?
know, but he definitely did Catching Fire because I remember it being a whole thing about how his name was Francis Lawrence and her name was Jennifer Lawrence, and people said little nepotiz, and he said no, we're not related.
And he goes, how?
No.
Literally how?
Anyways, so okay, I will give it a 4. But it doesn't go any fucking higher than that because it could be cut a little bit.
Okay.
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 Okay, that's valid.
And with that, Michelle, thank you for coming on here to talk about the Hunger Games with us, even
Thank
though your
you
DVD would
so
not
much.
play. Would you like to plug anything? And is it just that people should watch the rest of the movies?
Watch the Hunger Games, greatest films ever. I had to guilt my family into watching the Hunger Games, all 4 films with me when I had my appendix taken out, and I said, I just had my appendix taken out, so you will sit down and watch these movies with
And did
me.
they?
Yes. Well, I
And-
lived with my dad at the time, so yeah, he watched them
And he
and my
hated it.
sister. No.
And he
Well,
said
no.
socialist nonsense.
No. And my sister came over and watched them. That was a good time. Speaking of my sister, we might at some point in the near future be reviving our podcast on some Criminal Minds podcast.
Love that. So if
And
you
I
remember
will-
that podcast from like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
And I will wait to see the day when that happens.
Mhm.
Maybe Adrian will fucking edit the last episode that we recorded years ago.
and it's just called Unsub Podcast, right?
Yeah, and so
And I think it's at Unsub Pod. Unless Twitter
Wait,
made them
no,
get rid of the.
it's very little Vogel.
Oh, that's right. Very little Vogel. That is correct.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
For a second, I thought you were going to say that you and Adrian might get Hunger Games tattoos. That's what I thought you were going to say. That's where my head went.
No. But we are getting tattoos on Tuesday. I'll
Mm.
send you guys a pic.
Of the Mockingjay.
Oh my god, I should get a Hunger Games tattoo.
You do love it enough to do
I
that.
need a Mockingjay tattoo. Holy shit, why have I never thought of this?
Oh
I
my
do
god, look at what
fucking
you
love-
did.
I fucking love the Hunger Games. I could watch them. I could watch all 4 movies every single day for the rest of my life.
Do
And I
it.
would still cry.
Okay.
I would still cry.
Okay. And with that, Michelle, thank you so much. Y- You are free to leave, and Juan and I will do our intro and outro.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to
Mhm.
talk about my one true love, the Hunger Games.
Of course. What a great episode that was, talking about the Hungry Games, the Hungry Caterpillar. Wow, I am excited for when we do Catching Fire, whenever that is.
No, me too. I don't know why I'm looking at this camera.
Yum.
Ooh, that kind of tasted good. I'm excited for the second.
Okay.
Keep
Any
going.
more?
No.
Anyways, yeah, because like Hunger Games, like I remember enough because like it's like everyone knows that general story of
Mhm.
like they go in and then they win. But Catching Fire, like I remember really liking, but not remembering like a ton. Just that I love Jenna Malone, who recently came out, and we love that for her.
Wow.
I
Congrats.
think it's pan or bi. I don't remember. Anyways, yes. I don't even know. What do we usually do? Oh, let's give a shout out to the one, the only.
Thank you to Iris. She's our podcast artist. You can find her on Instagram and Twitter at patreon.com. Nope. At Creamsicle Panda. And you can find her on Patreon if she's active on there at patreon.com/Creamsicle Panda. Go ahead and follow her.
I love that you say it every time, but you don't know if she is.
I don't know
You
when I
don't
never
check.
check.
I believe she's not, but anyways.
But yeah, go give her a follow on Twitter and Patreon if you like her artwork. Or you know what? Just as a general note, go support a living artist. Go support living
Not
artists.
a dead one. Fuck off.
Or AI bots.
Picasso.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
stop with this AI art. Look at this AI art I made. You did not make it. You did not make it. You told the computer to get all these images and collage them together is what you did. Oh, that's amazing. Get an artist to do some shit for you. Go commission them, paint them. Oh, but art is too expensive. Oh, well, so are the clothes you wear, but you pay for all those. So what's up?
And then reminder that you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Yes, even though Twitter could be dying any second now.
Every day I open up the app and I go, I thought you were dead.
Well, there was what was it, like Friday night, that like everyone really thought that was it.
Everyone was going, here's my Twitter, here's my Instagram, follow me here's my phone number if you're a mutual.
Yeah, like everyone really thought, because all those employees left, and like there probably will be a lot of outages and it could end at any time. But anyways,
And honestly, I'm fine with that.
we're still on there until it dies. So at Planet Weird Pod, Instagram, Twitter, and I did log back into the Tumblr just to prove Leela wrong because I said I said here's our Tumblr as well on Twitter, and Leela said is with a screenshot saying that we haven't posted since 2018, and I said and we will update it.
And what about it?
And we will fix that. So yeah, from time to time maybe I'll go on there and
Did I re-download the Tumblr app yesterday or on Friday, whenever that shit was going down? Yes, I did.
well, I saw that you wait, before that, had you been active recently? Haven't you still been using Tumblr all this time?
No, I like every like the Olympics, every 4 years, I come back and I do a couple reblogs and then I disappear.
Because my personal Tumblr, because like I hovered over your thing, because like we follow you from the Planet Weird one, and it said that you had been active like hours ago. But on mine, it says like last updated 2018. But remember, I can't even get into mine
No.
because it's tied to my Yahoo email, which I don't have the password for. And I called Yahoo and they can't even help me get into that. But Tumblr support did reach out to me. They tweeted me because I was complaining about that. And they said, like, hey, no promises, but like we'll try, like, set up like start a little, with you open a claim or whatever.
Mhm.
So they're working on it.
You opened up a ticket. You said, I need
Yes.
wow.
So
good
they
for you.
may or may not help me. If they don't, okay.
No, yeah,
fine.
and then the whole thing with like the Twitter, when Twitter took the app down, so that's when I stopped using it. Because the last time I went on Twitter and it was on my computer, it was a whole mess of a shebang. So I said, I'm not doing that.
You mean Tumblr,
Yes,
not Twitter.
both. Honestly, I don't use any of them on my computer. It's too dangerous.
I've never used Tumblr mobile because it seemed like it was just going to be too much.
No, I always exclusively used it on mobile.
Well, I also remember I didn't have like an iPhone until sophomore year of
2
college.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, until yesterday. But anyways, so we are still on those platforms. Not on Facebook. We deleted our Facebook. Well, I assume because I deleted my Facebook a while back, and I assume that since it's tied, the podcast one is tied to it.
No.
That also is that not deleted?
No, because I still have access to it
Oh, okay.
because I'm a partner.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess it's still up. But I deleted my
Again,
first
it has not been.
Yeah, we
Nothing's
haven't
been going on there.
because we hate Facebook.
Should I delete mine? I really only use it I literally exclusively only use it for Messenger.
Yeah, I
it's
was
only
just like, I hate Mark Zuckerberg,
Maybe I
and
can
like,
get.
and I also never use it, and I don't like having it there. Like, I don't want to have to deal with someone hacking it to post about Ray-Ban sunglasses, and then me having to log back in and do it. So I just deleted it.
That's true. Maybe I should do what you do: download all the pictures that I want, even the ones that I don't. I can mean
That
them
is
later.
what I did. That is what I did.
And then I can get the phone number of the one person that I message on Messenger and go.
Yeah.
Delete.
If it's just one person, what do you need it for?
That's true. The only other people that message me on Messenger actually are my relatives, but I muted them. I muted them.
You heard it here first. Anyways, we also got merch links in the description. I did get a few, not a lot, little holiday sticker sheets that should be up soon. Might be arriving at the time that this airs. And just, if you're holiday shopping, maybe buy something for a friend or a foe. Maybe someone wants some spooky socks or a shrimpy pin, Cheetah Girls pin, anything like that.
Sarah's been making some killer merch. Please go and support because they kind of rock.
They kind of slay. So go pick something up that would really help.
Yeah, money.
That's always nice. And you'd be supporting us instead of like Walmart, you know what I mean?
If I see any of you bitches going, look at the 20 HD TVs that I got at Walmart. Don't talk
that
to
I
me.
had to beat an old woman for.
I remember I went Black Friday shopping once. I never want to do it ever in my whole fucking life ever again. It was the worst.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Patreon. Thank you for to our patrons. $5 and up gets you a shout out, as well as $5 gets you video versions of this podcast every time we do a regular episode like this. And then as you go up the tiers, you get a bonus episode or two on a Disney Channel show that we are covering. And this month we talked about the famous Jet Jackson. So if you have not heard us talk about the pilot and the Britney Spears episode of Jet Jackson, go listen. And then next month we'll be talking about So Weird. Ooh, spooky, creepy.
Ooh,
That
it's
should be
weird.
fun. That should be fun for December. But shout out to our patrons. We very much appreciate you. We have Grace Worspawn, Shelby Deacon, Emily Palmer, Jared Ben Lewin, Enrique Buenrostro, Vo, Jose Contreras Jr., Lindsay Britt, Natalie Hernandez, Aisa Yusuf, and Ivy.
How come we never write anything down beforehand?
Yeah, we used to, but now we just go on the fly.
It's so bad.
Ivy Gale, Gale.
Ivy Gale. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or Ivy Game.
No. Ivy
Okay.
Games. Ivy Game Maker.
Ivy Game. That one. I like that one. Ivy Game Maker.
What else was I going to say? Oh, next month. So Weird on Patreon. And then our main episodes for the podcast will be Jingle All the Way. And you voted for it. Lindsay Lohan's new Netflix Christmas movie with Trouty Mouth from Glee.
Yes. And I will tell you this. It's campy as fuck.
Did you already watch it?
I've seen it. Yeah. I watched it last week.
Okay. Well,
I watched it when it came out.
We will be covering it. So let us know if you have any thoughts on that or Jingle All the Way. And other than that,
Is Jingle All the Way Thermo Man?
Yes.
Blessed.
Yes. And I don't know if that one is streaming or if you have to rent it or get it illegally, but
Figure it out.
Watch it if you want.
As someone once said, life finds a way. Like the bacteria that eats plastic that we found on that trash island.
Anyways, thank you for listening. And we will catch you in December for chili time. Oh, chili.
Ooh, everybody make some chili.